All right.
You ready?
I'm nervous, Tony.
Do you know what to do with your hands?
Try not to suck is the only thing.
Get to work.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Lock it in. I'm ready.
I'm nervous.
Do you know how you can start this?
I'm
I've been
nervous.
practicing this for 3 months, John. Okay?
Shouldn't you let the professional do the introduction?
No, he's put a lot of work into this. This will be good.
All right, fair enough.
Thanks.
I'm like the arm candy.
You're the talent.
I'm the arm.
You're the
true.
talent.
Great
You're the
point.
talent.
Great
All
point.
right, guys. Shut up.
Y'all should have been rolling now.
It isn't rolling.
Oh,
We're
perfect.
good.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm nervous. Let's do this. Welcome to this week's episode of the Lovable Reunion. 3-time World Series champion, 5-time All-Star, top 5 in the Cy Young 3 different times, 200 career wins, and an insane 4-1 World Series record with a 1.77 ERA, and fellow cancer survivor, Johnny fucking Lester.
Yes. Number 34 in your programs. Number 1 in our hearts. Just so you
I
know.
appreciate that. I appreciate
The
that.
left-hander. We got so many nicknames for you, but we got to set the scene. All right, we're here at John's farm.
The Sanctuary.
Sanctuary
31.
31.
Boston days.
We think it should be 34, but
Hey, there was a time and a place when it was.
He started making money early.
Yeah.
Actually, on that note, John, how rich are you?
Well, Rossi, I'm not rich. I'm wealthy. I have rich people that work for me.
I've lived my life by that quote, and I just don't have any rich people really working for me, so I don't really know where I
I
fit in
can't
that.
fully take that. I stole it from Josh Beckett, so I got to give him credit for that saying. I learned that a long time ago from him.
Yeah, your cast of veterans that you played with are so intimidating to me years later.
Yeah.
And like anytime I ever see Tim Wakefield, or rest in peace,
Yeah.
Wakey, but Beckett, who was it? Josh Timlin?
Oh, Mike Timlin.
Mike Timlin.
Yep.
I'm just terrified of all those guys because of the stories I heard from you. And I walked into that clubhouse one time and Beckett was on the table when you're taking me around, which we'll get into, and I was like so terrified walking into that clubhouse. But
How do you think I felt?
yeah, I know. I've heard all the stories.
Yeah.
Johnny, you signing in Chicago in 15 it's the greatest signing in Cubs history. And what that simplified for our team was the most amazing feeling as someone who was there, who lost 100 games, and we stunk and we were getting better. And then all of a sudden we get Joe Madden that signs out of nowhere. And then the biggest free agent on the market, Jon Lester, comes and signs with us. And we're like, what is going on? Like, take us through that free agency process. Take us why you believed in us, because we stunk and you were the best pitcher on the market. So why? Why did you sign with us? How did that go?
Man, I mean, it wasn't an easy process. It was a fun process looking back on it. I wished I would have kind of relished in it a little bit more. It was, at the time when you're going through all of that, it's very stressful. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I got traded to Oakland and I wanted to go back to Boston, right? Like, hey, yeah, trade me. We stink. Make your team better, hopefully. And then we'll come back in a few months and make it right, right? Like, we'll go back to winning. And, it's kind of like you break up with your first girlfriend, she dumps you, and then she kind of gives you a glimmer of hope that you might get back together and then stabs you in the back again.
Oh, yeah.
So
That bitch.
Been there.
right? I mean, am I say anyway? But during the whole process, it was the Red Sox the whole time, and then we went up to Chicago, met with Theo and Tom and Crane and the whole cast. And as you guys know, Theo, I think, can sell ice to an Eskimo. And sitting in there and seeing what they were doing with Wrigley and Wrigleyville and the team and the vision and all this stuff. And no offense to Renderia, I don't know the man. But once they hired Joe, it was kind of like, all right, this is real. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, Theo made it hard not to turn down.
I mean, what made it hard, John? The was it 187 million?
It was 55.
Okay, sorry.
55,
Was
yeah.
it private jet hours that you threw into your contract?
Okay, so I'll tell you a funny story about
What
the.
was the what was the
I'll tell you a funny story about the private jet deal. So we agree to the deal. Me and my family go out to dinner. We celebrate. You know, it hasn't been announced yet. I think they've only told, or like we've only told Theo or whatever. Had too much to drink at dinner. Go to bed. Wake up the next morning. Turn on MLB channel, and they're on the MLB channel they scroll across the bottom like the details of the contract. So I'm sitting there watching it. Take kids to school, watching it, and I see 25 hours on NetJets. I'm like, huh? Wait a second. Pull a phone, call my agent. I'm like, dude, I got 25 hours on NetJets? He goes, yeah, we kind of got that in there at the end. So I had no idea that was part of the deal when it went down. But that was, I mean, to be honest with you, that was the best thing.
Well, you had a hard time. I remember coming to the Christmas party you had.
Yeah.
And San Francisco, you said, pitched a really nice. Buster and Boach came in and pitched it. And then you were like, hey, what do you think about Chicago?
Yeah.
And like from then on, you were just quiet and it was all working. But like that was a really big decision. I remember how much it was weighing on you.
Yeah.
And all your history, your kids growing up, being born in Boston, and you had a house there.
Yeah. We had a house there, and I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to say the Red Sox made it easy just based on how they were operating at the time, but they made it easier. The hard part at the end is, when you're at that point in your career, you have a vision of kind of how long you want to play for, right? And mine was I wanted 7 years, however that looked, however structure you wanted. I thought, okay, 7 years gives me the best opportunity in a city to hopefully win, do some personal things, kind of, get your roots in that
build
city.
a legacy?
Yeah, like
Which you did.
Get your
You have
roots
legacies
in that
in
city.
Boston, and you
Yeah.
have legacies in Chicago, and you have a small legacy in Oakland.
Small, very small, and DC, and even a smaller one in St. Louis.
200 wins.
But San Francisco comes in and they're at 6 years, 6 years, 6 years, and all of a sudden they come and they go, all right, we'll give you the guaranteed 7th, and you're like, I don't want to go back out to the West Coast, even though I'm from there. My family's here, and it's like, how do you do this? How would you navigate it, and all that? And then ultimately it was like, we'll just play the cards and see how they fall, and hopefully I'm good enough at the 6th year where my option gets picked up and we ride off into the sunset. Obviously that didn't happen, but I mean, don't regret the decision of coming over.
So you go to Chicago, you have your signing. A big group of you guys went out to celebrate that night.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Can you walk me through what happened that night?
So we go. I forgot even where we were.
I'm assuming you were overserved.
Bub City, I
Bub
think.
City.
Bub City.
Shout out Bub City. Best fireball in town. It's homemade, in case you guys didn't know. It's their own recipe.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Wow, that's
pretty
good.
sick.
That's a good plug.
So we go to Bub City. It's Theo, Jed, me, my family, my agent, and we're sitting there talking, and we're going over like kind of new play, like what they need to kind of fill the roster for the team. And I'm like, y'all got a backup catcher? And they're like, they go, no. I go, you need to sign Rossi. And I forgot who said it. They're like, well, his OPS and this and that has gone down over the last couple of years. And I'm like, yeah, but you need a veteran dude that knows what his role is. When he walks through that door, there's no, I'm competing for the starting job. This is my job. I'm here to pick up. I think we had traded for Miggy at that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm here to pick up Miggy when he needs a break, and then he would obviously catch me. So I'm bugging the hell out of Theo. And finally he's like, it's 2 a.m. We're the only people in Bub City. And he goes, you get him on the phone, we'll work a deal out. As the kids say, bet. All right.
You're cultured.
Like, prove it. Like, here we go. Pull the phone up.
3 a.m. Florida time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Forgot that. So 2
yeah.
a.m. to 3 a.m. there. I called his phone 7 times, no answer.
I'm waking up going, oh, John's drunk.
Yeah. Like, this is, hey man, what are you doing? Phone call. But so I'm like, I go, Farrah, do you have Hyla's number? And she's like, yeah. I go, call her right now.
How it goes? This is
That's
this,
a-
hey,
that's a-
Farrah's calling me because I was like, she's like, who is that? I was like, it's John. He's hammered. And she said, it's Farrah. I was like, okay, I should probably answer this.
What if you didn't answer? Think about how history is
Yeah.
not written the way it was.
Yeah. Thank God for Farrah. We can thank
Right.
her for a lot.
Yeah.
Damn.
So Hyla gives him the phone. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm sitting here with Theo. Do you want to come to Chicago? And he's like, fuck yeah, let's do it. So I'm sitting, I'm like, all right, what would it take to get you here? And he goes, man, if you could get me 5.5, that'd be great. Or 6. You started at 6.
Yeah, it started at 6.
He goes 2 for 6. So mind you, and I don't remember Bub City having these after the fact, but Theo had this mug, like an Oktoberfest mug of beer. And I'm on the phone in one of those booths, and Theo's standing there
At 2 a.m.
at 2 a.m.
Okay. All right.
And I go, hey, he wants 2 for 6. And Theo starts drinking his beer. He just keeps doing this over and over. Wouldn't say a word to me. Just keeps going 2-5, 2-5. So I'm like, Rossi, he's saying 2-5. He's like, all right, see if you can get me 5.5. I'm like,
You caved real quick.
Okay. I'm like, I'm going with Lester to Chicago. Let's go.
I was like, dude, Theo, he wants 5.5. He's still this beer.
What a G.
Doing 2 for 5, just back and forth. And I'm like, damn it. Rossi, he's 5, dude.
This is one of the most established baseball executives
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is how he's negotiating.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing that from now on.
And he
Dude, don't say a word.
and he sits there and he just keeps doing it. And I tell Rossi, I go, man, he's 2 for 5. He's like, all right. And it's like silence. I'm like, oh, still good. Got the phone. He goes, all right, I'll take it. See if you can get me a suite on the road.
No way.
And I woke up the next morning. My agent was so. I said, I think I just came.
I remember.
To terms and we had the same agent. I said, I think we just came to terms with Chicago for 2 for 5. He's like, what? What are you talking about? He's getting Theo on the phone,
Yeah.
cussing him out. But
Bro,
that's like it's so funny how that went down to
Yeah.
me. I like nobody would ever. I don't think we've told that story.
Nah.
you came in, though, and you completely shifted the culture there. And we had great veterans before. I mean, with Soriano, Starlin Castro, Edwin Jackson, Reed Johnson, Jeff Baker, Dempster, great veterans. But when you walked in that door, it changed.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever knew that. I don't think you ever got the actual proper respect and runway that how much you changed that culture. But being there for the time I was there beforehand and you coming in was like, this is real.
Yeah.
And we're going to win now because you're a winner. And you bring in soon to be grandpa Rossi with you, and he's a winner. And the respect you guys deemed, dude, that first spring training, that first day in 2015, I think you threw a live BP, and it was the most electric, intense live batting practice to this day I've ever seen. And I was like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
these two are legit.
I think
Him a lot more than me.
I think that's part of, growing up in Boston though too, right? Like you get to Boston and the media microscope there and the fan microscope is I mean, it's so honed on you that when you show up to spring training, it's not like I'll tell the story about Demp, Ryan Dempster, 2013 or 2000, 13. So we're coming off 12. It's my worst year of my career, and we got our asses kicked all year.
That was your boy with Bobby
Valentine,
Valentine, right?
yeah.
That was the whole disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we get to spring training, and dude, I've been throwing bullpens for like a month and a half. And when I mean bullpens, like the last 6 bullpens I faced hitters before I left home and got to spring training. So first day of bullpens, I'm telling the pitching coach, Juan Nieves at the time, I'm like, hey dude, I'm throwing a 50 or 60 pitch bullpen. Like we're getting locked in. And Demp's on the other end of the 6-pack or whatever, and he hears me say that, and he walks down. He goes, "You're throwing what?" He goes, "This is the first day of camp, dude." I go, "Yeah, what about it?" He goes, "I haven't thrown off the mound yet." You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing against Demp. He was a little bit older in his career. He knew what worked for him, and that's how he did it. But I was so upset about the way the year went before and got, crushed and all that stuff for my performance, which I deserved. But it was like, all right, the accountability needs to be, I need to be ready. I need to be accountable for what happened last year, and I need to get off to a good start. Point I'm trying to make is Boston makes you think that way. Even though it's day one of spring, there's 50 some odd media people sitting there and they're looking at you, seeing how you throw your bullpen and how you go about it.
It's another level.
Yeah. And so coming to Chicago, talking to him and a few other people getting there, it's like, hey, dude, just be yourself, dive into your routine, dive into what you do. Yeah, I probably wasn't the most sociable person, but
I disagree.
yeah.
You just got to break down the barriers.
Yeah, you got to get past the resting bitch face. But other than that, you're good.
I don't get why I don't ever get any compliments.
Oh, yeah. So I was like, why does everybody like you? I was like, because I smile at them, John.
Bro, we were whenever we went back to Boston, I was with, he was a Cubs employee at the time, Jeff McGee, one of our good friends. And we were in like a little dive bar with all his friends. And they're from like Lowell, Massachusetts. So they have the thick accents. And we're boozing a little bit. It was after a game. And his boys are just like, we're talking about you. And they're just pissed off that the Red Sox didn't sign you back. And they're like, there's no fucking price for Johnny Lester. You should have got him when he was on sale. Referencing they signed David Price and Chris Sale.
Traded for sale.
And they just kept there's no fucking price for Johnny Lester. You should have got him on sale. And like, bro, they're passionate fans.
Yeah.
There's only so many fan bases like that. You've played for 2. I played for 2. You've played, it's different.
It's different.
It's different. And Chicago's one of those places as well.
It very much is. And, it's a little bit easier just because, like, the way I like to talk about it is you got the Midwest people, a little more laid back, kind of little bit. And then you got in the Northeast, which is, you cross the street wrong and you're getting, you're
Boston's
getting ridiculed about it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you guys had a Boston connection you should talk about.
Well, you signing too was like full circle moment for me because in 2008, when I was diagnosed with cancer, John was part of my inspiration. It was Lance Armstrong and Jon Lester.
Yeah.
And I was in Boston and there was a rain delay at the stadium and Theo had said, hey, do you want to go down and meet Lester and Tito and see the clubhouse and stuff? And I was like, absolutely. So little does John know that he's bringing some minor leaguer in that he's going to pep him up, like probably get word, hey, this kid just got diagnosed with cancer. And he brings me in and changed my life. He tells me, hey, man, like, you're going to go through this. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel bad. On days you feel good, go out and be yourself. Go be a kid. And like, I still send that message to every single kid I ever talk to because it's true.
Well, and especially with cancer, man, it's so hard because you're going through the treatments and the feeling of it where, some days after treatments you wake up and you're like, man, I could go do my normal training and hit and run and do all that stuff. And then some days you feel like you can't get out of bed.
Yeah, like you were just
like to go to the bathroom is a damn spectacle.
Mm-hmm. So you telling me that though, and you kind of showing me that way.
Was this before or after you fainted?
Exactly. So we're in. Yeah, bro. It was because I just had my first treatment like a day before, but your first one doesn't kick in for like 2 or 3 days. So we go to the game and I'm like trying to be strong, right? I'm 18 years old. I'm on top of the world. Like I've got to show these executives that like I'm the guy, right? Like, and he's showing me around and then we're talking and he's telling me all this stuff and it's all hitting me like I have fucking cancer. Like I didn't even know what cancer was. And all of a sudden we're in like this little hallway and I just like drop. And John just goes, can we get this kid a water? Bro, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm so embarrassed, right? And everything hits me and I just fall down to my knees and like thought I was going to die. And he's like, can we get him a water? And then fast forward to spring training next year, John it's a spring training game. I don't know, the team must have been on the road. He didn't feel like going or something. So he's pitching on the back fields. So I was back in camp and they called me over, one of the minor league, slap dicks, to come over and face him. And I was so excited. And I got 2 at-bats off Jon Lester. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm pumped. Like, I wonder if he remembers me. There's no way he remembered me. I get 2 at-bats. I see 6 pitches and I strike out twice. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, twice. And I got home.
That's great.
I got home and I called my mom and dad and I was so excited. I was like, guys, they picked me to face Jon Lester. Like, do you think you remembered me?
Now that you say that, I do remember it. But now that you say that, it was the 6 pitches. I think that's where Tech invented the front hip cutter.
Yeah,
And we were
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd been working. You know, I've been
Just
throwing-
think if it wasn't for
You've
me,
never seen that in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Front hit
Bro.
Johnny Lester cutter.
never.
And I think they called you over because you were a lefty, and it was like, all right, we're throwing the front.
Please,
hip cutter.
John, don't. This is why they say don't meet your heroes. just give it to me.
Oh.
But then in 2014, we're at the same All-Star game, and another full circle moment for me, right? This is a guy I like leaned on hard through my cancer treatment and process, and I like go up to him like, hey, like, kind of remember me? And he did, or he played it off like he did.
I did.
You still play it off like
I
you did.
did.
And we're talking. I'm just, hey man, like Chicago's a great place. Trying to recruit him in Minnesota.
Mm.
And then you sign, and it's just like, it was the best feeling ever. But I left out after I fainted. His very next start was his arguably most special start of your
Yeah.
career, which I take full credit for. He threw a no-hitter.
You remind me.
He threw a no-hitter after he met with me. And the Italian family that I have, it's all numbers and signs. So him throwing the no-hitter was signs from the heavens.
Yeah.
It was all for me.
He felt bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little-
fainted in front of him. That's so great.
Oh.
All right. I want to fast forward to 16. All
All
right.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about that. I'm going to read off your stats. 19-5, a 2.02 ERA, 32 games started, 202 innings, second in the Cy Young, lowest ERA and WHIP of your career. 2 complete games, 3-1 in the playoffs, 6 games, 5 started, 35 innings in the postseason with a 2.02. What's your favorite stat in that? Seriously.
200 innings.
I knew you were going to say that. You loved posting, bro.
Why?
If
mean, I
you
know
would've read-
why,
If you
but-
would have read the starts, I probably would have gone 1A starts and then 1B innings, because you means that I'm accountable for my teammates.
Bro,
Like the hardest part of a pitcher. So like you guys, you know, later in your career, you didn't play every day, but you had to post every day, right? Like you were there, something hits the fan, you got to go in the game. You got to be ready.
Sure.
My ass for 4 days. Go team. I have no. I have. If
I don't
if
know,
I'm in
John.
the
I saw
game-
your skit for those 4 days, and it was literally a dream. Golf.
Come on now.
The next day was some sort of fast food in the clubhouse. The myth is true.
Well, if it was a day game, yes. If it was a night game, well, probably if it was a night game.
You golfing,
Yeah.
but
Definitely
the thing,
Popeyes.
you know
in the
what?
clubhouse.
You know what you taught me, which you never even talked about this. It was just by example, and leading by example is you literally, as a pitcher, would stay out all night. You'd have fun and enjoy. But the next day, I saw you, one of the first guys in the weight room, busting your ass.
No.
And it's like, you didn't need to do that. Like, your resume and your pedigree spoke for itself. But to see you do that after the night out meant more than just to see you do it after a good start or something, because that's what it takes to be a professional. And seeing you do that every day, and week in and week out, was like, it was so cool to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, they learned that in Boston with Beckett, and I kind of got thrown under his wing early in my career, early in his career. And Beckett was that way. It was just, hey man, you got to out prepare the other guy. And I never looked. I wasn't like Shill would always look at who he was facing in 5 days and be like, all right, he was big in the weight room, but not big in the weight room. He was more of I'm going to outstudy this guy. I'm going to have a better game plan than him. I'm going to last longer in the game than him. And I'm just going to outperform him. He was thinking like I'm competing against that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked that analogy. Because I don't ever face that dude, right? Like I'm not going against him. He's pitching on the other side. I'm going against the team, right? And so like I learned that if I'm prepared and my teammates know I'm prepared, they're going to play harder behind me. Not to say that people take games off or plays off or whatever, but
No, we were ready.
Yeah.
When you took the
you know what I'm saying?
field,
Like you knew that
we
I was
had
ready.
we had you and we had him.
Yeah.
So we knew we were What was the line you said yesterday with the 3-pound fishing pole?
Oh, you couldn't
'Cause-
get 3-pound fishing line out of my ass.
That was all most of the defenders. Like everyone was on edge as far as like, you better be fucking ready.
Yeah.
And same with Lack.
Yeah, like
The Cowboys demanded that respect, and it was real.
Well,
when you guys we watched you prepare. I obviously like I just caught you, but like you were the most routine oriented pitcher I've ever been around.
I could take you through your entire routine right now.
yeah.
Starts the day before you're doing your film.
Yep.
Sometime before the game. After the game, the night before your start, you pour yourself a stiff Crown and Sprite.
Yep.
Right?
As a sleeper.
As a sleeper. You get in, you do your
flush day, right? It's like you was that the treadmill?
no, this is the start day now.
Oh, start day.
You get in, you do your Bob Tewksbury.
Yep.
Shout out Tewks,
Yep.
one of the greatest
Yeah.
sports psychologists.
Put his headphones in.
Yep.
Headphones, do your cards, go over your scouting report again, take your little cat nap,
Mm-hmm.
and then you throw on. Well, first off, I forgot the Superstitions boxers. Are you wearing those today?
No, I'm not.
John had these boxers that he
Well,
wore.
I had 2 pair. One pair I wore so much the crotch got worn out of them, and I actually took them to a tailor.
I remember you
and
told me
had-
this.
Had new fabric put in them, and then
In your lucky boxers.
Yeah,
I
and
hadn't
then-
heard that one.
and then for Christmas one year, my wife got tired of seeing these holy boxers, so she got me a set. So normally I wear like the tight ones, the briefs or whatever they're called.
Yeah, but on start day they're like the loose.
Yeah, they're the loose ones. Okay, and so one Christmas she gets me these this box of 3 from Ralph Lauren or whatever, and gets the Sanctuary logo put on them, and they're all 3 different colors. So in spring training that year, I had test runs. So like I wore this
Which
pair.
ones had the W's in?
Yeah, which one? If I pitch good in this one, all right, we're gonna give this one another run. If it doesn't go well, I switch to the next one. And then by the season, I had a pair, and then I wore that pair the rest of the time.
And the camo.
The camo was
Camo,
the
the
camo,
black
black
camo.
camo.
Yeah.
That was like, I remember too, like you being one of my guys I looked up to the most, and I tried to get that. And you had the Live Strong cleats that one year.
Yeah.
It was like,
We did that a couple years. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
but then you do that, then you just start laser focusing in.
Yeah.
But your superstitions,
5 o'clock.
the 5 o'clock.
5
yeah.
o'clock is
I always had to go to you and do the scouting report because he'd be getting rubbed down on the table, and we just go over the scouting report again for like you had already done it, and if you had anything, it was I'd be like, hey, we want to throw this guy Cutter in. He'd be like, no, back. He'd be like, no babies.
backdoor,
I'm
no
like,
babies.
backdoor, no babies. I was like, okay, so we're throwing a backdoor Cutter to this guy. You were just professional
Well,
of a player.
but also too, like I
Okay.
realized at an early age with the routine, I get kind of thrown in to Game 4 of the World Series in 07. I'm 22 years old, and I'm in the bullpen.
Coming off cancer the year before.
Yeah, coming off cancer. I had no eyebrows. I had less hair than I have now when I showed up at spring training, and go through the season, up and down the season, like just physically, mentally, get called up, went down for a start, yada yada. Get to the playoffs, and luckily John Farrell, I heard this later on. He fought for me to be on the roster. He wanted me on the roster. He thought that I could be, some sort of guy in the bullpen that could help out or whatever. So I'm in the bullpen. Wakey pitches I think it was Game 4 in Cleveland, and comes out because he's hurt. He hurt his arm, and so I get called in the office after we win, and they're like, hey, you're going to get a start in this series at some point. Well, now I'm back to being a starter. So what do? You immediately fall right back into your routine, right? And I just remember being so nervous going out there, but I'm like, all right, I have, leg kicks here, or I have this stretch, or I have this, and I just kept falling back to that, right? Like I'd get to the outfield and I'd look around and start, getting the jitters. All right, what am I doing? What is my warm-up routine coming back? And then now you start throwing, and first throw, you're like, oh God, okay, all right, where do I go from here? I do 10 throws here, and then I go here, and then you get into the bullpen, and now like my routine was so locked in for my warm-up that everything just went away. Now it's like, all right, 3 fastballs, this, boom, boom, boom. Now you get in the game. Now you're pitching. And so at an early age, I learned like, oh, the routine actually calms you down.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so then from that moment on, I was like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Feel prepared is the best
Yeah.
way to handle that. For
So
sure.
what happened with what got lost between spring training, all the PFPs, and backfield work? What happened? Where was the routine on pickoffs?
There was no routine.
No, I know, but we did it. We nailed it.
Yeah, we did. I mean,
It took a very long time,
we got it.
but what the fuck happened?
So I tell people this: if I knew, I would fix it.
We fixed it though.
Well, it's easy when it's just like when you go, I have, playing golf and stuff with people, and you get to know new guys, and they get a few beverages in them, and they think they could have liquid courage and ask whatever they want, and they ask about that, and I go, hey,
With
dude,
all due respect.
with all due respect, I'm like, hey, dude, have you ever stood over a chip and you're like, I got this, and then all of a sudden you spasm and you can't hit it? They go, oh yeah, all the time. I go, like, it's the same thing.
What did it feel like though when we picked off Tommy Pham? I know it was
dude,
a year later, but
That was
the
best
announcers were talking shit too. Oh,
Yeah,
Tommy Pham,
Tim
reach a
McCarver.
steal.
Or no, it was Tim McCarver.
I'm over
Rest
there
in peace.
literally like, John, I got you. Just
Yeah.
throw it. I'm
And I
giving-
hated it when we started throwing over because I'm like, I love throwing these guys out there trying to. He's like under a 1 to the plate, like
Yeah.
you
Well,
were
and that's-
so good at
That's the other part. Like,
controlling the running game.
Yeah, like the reporters
without throwing over.
The reporters ask you about it, and I'm like, listen, in life, if you're not good at something, you try to get better at something else to basically negate that,
Sure.
right? So I knew I was not good at that. Okay, well, not good is probably not the right word to say. Terrible at that, and I knew, okay, in order to hopefully fix this of some capacity. Also, shout out to Joe. Joe was great with it.
Mhm.
If there was any other manager, it would have been
It'd
way
be an issue.
worse. We would have been an issue, and it wouldn't have been handled properly. Joe handled it great, and he's the one that taught me. He's like, if you're not good at something, get better at something else. So I said, okay, I'm gonna. In today's game with the pitch clock, obviously it would be null and void. But I got better at holding the ball, varying my look,
Mhm.
slide stepping. We implemented the modified pitch out.
Right.
You did things over at first base, having Javi at second base with the tags.
Oh no, we
yeah.
may do.
Yeah,
We may do.
But like, so 2015, for example, I think gave up like 40 stolen bases, led the league in that. So I had to come to Jesus in the offseason. Like, all right, if I'm not good at this, what can I do? And worked on those things. I think the next year we gave up 12.
Yeah, and I stunk to start it too. Like I wasn't throwing good. I remember start that season had to do it. A lot of that was just you found we worked on it in spring training. I remember we started like the bounce pass on some of the bunts and different stuff. Like, but it was we knew they were going.
Yeah.
It was like, and you were so fast. It was funny. We had, like you said, we had Riz and Javi. It made it a lot of fun. I want to go back to we talked about those stats, and I look back on 2016. Do you have a favorite start outside the? Let's put the playoffs aside. Do you have a favorite start that year? Because you got off to a little. You put so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
You came in there. I remember coming in the dugout one time. It was like a third start, and you were just okay, and you came up in the dugout, and you were like, "You got anything? You see anything?" And I was lost. I was like, "Compete!"
Yeah.
I was like, "Just fucking compete!" I was losing my mind because if you got taken out of the game and didn't do good, I didn't get to play.
Oh,
just so we know, I didn't get my last at bat if he came out of the game and wasn't
I don't
any
remember
good.
where it was.
I didn't get to play.
If it was the bus or if it was the hotel room or if it was in the clubhouse. I think it was in the clubhouse because I think you kind of embarrassed me in front of everybody. But he comes in and he one of those mediocre starts. And, I think we ended up winning the game. We're all high-fiving afterwards, doing the party thing. And he comes in and he goes, God damn it, John. He goes, if you would pitch better, I could get more at bats. He goes, if you stink, I don't get to hit.
I remember it.
I'm like, it's all the point, Ron.
That's a great point.
But you said the story about was it coming into 13 being like accountable, and I know you weren't happy with your 2015 year, which ended up being a really good year.
Really
it was just it was a grind for you all year, right?
Yeah.
It was like peaks and valleys, but it ended up being a solid year. And we get swept by the Mets. Fucking Daniel Murphy, still have nightmares.
Yeah.
But we come into spring training in 16, and everyone's like, we have already won the World Series. And that really started with you. You're like, we already won, just press play.
Yeah.
Like the script, he had shirts for us made,
I was about to say that.
literally with duck boats on them, right?
That's a Johnny Gomes thing.
Yeah.
To go back before I answer that, to go back to your question, there's 2 starts that stand out in my mind. One ended up being a good start, didn't start out very well. The other one was probably my favorite one because I didn't expect to get the opportunity to finish the game. But we had a late season game in Pittsburgh, tight race, 2-1 game. I get in a jam in the 8th, end up punching out the dude that Coughlin broke his leg.
The shortstop.
Yeah.
Kim?
South Korean.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Korean guy.
Kim, I think. It was.
And struck him out. Big situation. I'm already at I think I'm at that 100 mark. Fist pump. Fuck yeah, let's go. Give it to the closer. I'm walking off the mound thinking, because Joe usually didn't let you go, especially a close game. I get in the dugout and I sit down. I'm like,
somebody come shake my hand.
I'm like, boss? Joe? Nobody? All right, here we go. And then boss comes down with 1 out or 2 outs. He's like, hey, you good? I said, yeah, let's go. And we ended up finishing that game. And I was not that I was happy he gave me the opportunity, but I was happy he gave me the opportunity to finish that game. Then the other one,
September too, and we're already
September.
We're probably already clinched about.
No, we were. It was
we were on the verge.
Yeah, it wasn't quite there, but it was a big game against them, and one of those deals. The other one ended up being a good game. I think went 7 or 8 day game in Atlanta.
Home.
Was that the Freddie Freeman day? Oh my gosh.
So I'm in there getting rubbed down before the game. Rossi comes in, we're going over the thing, and I'm like, hey, I like.
First of all, he hometown lives in Atlanta, wants to beat him bad, day game. I was a Brave. You always want to beat your former team, right? It's just kind of natural. So we're locked in, day game. It's hot as heck, and
it's 164 degrees.
Yeah.
You're 7 feet from hell.
At Old Turner, right?
Old Turner.
Old Turner.
Yeah.
So actually, that wasn't 16. That was 15.
15.
Then.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry, got my years wrong. But
played so many, John. I understand.
So we go over the thing, and I'm like, hey, I like 2-strike breaking ball to Freddie, like Chase. He goes, no, you cannot throw a strike breaking ball to him.
Yeah, you can.
He murders.
Well, yeah. Yours is 47 miles an hour.
Riz,
of course.
Yeah,
of course
I mean,
you can.
Of course you can.
Yeah. So
it's
anyway,
not about me. It's not about me.
Yeah, so anyway, so first inning, something happens. Guy gets on second base, 2 outs. Freddie's up. And I'm shaking and shaking and shaking, and you can see Rossi. He's just sitting back there going. He keeps throwing stuff down, and he won't put down curveball. Time. He looks at me. He goes, curveball? Yep. Don't bury it. Base it to right. We're down 1-0. We come in the dugout. He yard sales his whole catcher's gear. He goes, fuck it. Just throw whatever you want.
I remember this.
Just throw whatever you want. I'm not putting down any more signs. You throw it, I'll catch it. And I'm following him like a lost puppy dog. I'm like, come on, bro, don't give up on me.
He's like, don't give up on me.
I was like, I meant to bounce it. He goes, but I told you no strike breaking balls. Goes,
John, we just went over it. We just went over it. I was like, first inning.
Do you think I did it on purpose? He goes, no, but throw whatever you want. So we sit down. We're in the air conditioning. We're all drinking our water. 3 outs. We go to run out. He goes, all right, we good?
You had to get it off your chest. Dude, you were so angry.
It was good. I was so mad.
It was hot. It was all the stuff.
But you did pitch well.
We ended up winning the game.
Yeah.
We get off to what? A historic 27-9 start. We're rolling, right?
Is that what it was?
We were rolling.
Yeah.
And everyone, spring training, we already had the mindset of we're winning the World Series. There's no one stopping us. And we get off to this start. For me, there was a few games that stood out early on, but I want to know from you what stood out on that team early that was like, holy shit, we're gonna do this.
I just feel like we were relentless early. You know what I mean? Like when we had a chance to step on somebody's throat, we stepped on it early, and we made a point. And Joe always harped on it. I remember Joe, spring training, he's like, all I care about, y'all get off to a fast start.
Yeah, he did.
That's all he talked about. Mm-hmm. Quick start, because if you don't get off to that quick start, there's going to be a team that does, and now you're chasing, and that's hard to do. But I just remember we came out, and it was like, we were in L.A., and it was like
remember that team dinner we had to start that thing?
And then we just
team dinner. How much did we spend at that team dinner?
Well, we talked about it last night. I thought it was more, but I think we agreed it
think
was 15.
It was over 15 because I think Theo had told us like,
Yeah.
hey, we're going to give you this much money. We're coming from Vegas. Let's lock
So
it.
we have two spring training games in Vegas, which we blow it out on, but they'd only wanted us there for 1 or 2 nights, not the third night.
We had an off day.
So they're like, all right, we're going to, like, they're forcing us to go to Anaheim when the whole team wanted to stay in Vegas because we all wanted to enjoy. And so Theo and Mr. Ricketts agreed that they would buy us a huge team dinner, which once John came over, he was usually the one, him and Lackey would fight for who's paying for the team dinners. And we have this beautiful team dinner, and then we go out, we roll.
LA. I
We
mean,
roll
the
the
Angels.
Angels.
It was the Angels. Yeah, it was the Angels.
We take, I think,
2.
2 out of
It was-
3.
No, it was just 2.
Or I'm saying from the Diamondbacks.
The
or 3 out
Diamondback,
of
that's
4.
where Schwarber got hurt.
Yeah.
Schwarber got
was a
hurt.
huge
Lackey
blow.
gave up like 5 or 6 early,
And we ended up winning that game.
and we ended up
Yep.
destroying them in that game.
He gave up a leadoff homer.
Yeah, he was
To
pissed.
He
Segura.
never does that. First fastball, here it comes, and nobody ever swings. And
Yeah.
then he gave up a homer.
But what were some things just being relentless?
Yeah, and then
Because getting off to the good start was key. Because
Well, I thought the
key.
messaging in spring training, you're talking about Joe, the messaging in spring training was so like, expectations are good. Embrace,
yeah,
right? Embrace it.
Embrace the
right?
target.
Embrace the target, which the target's on our back because we went so far, and everybody came in hungry. So that was the most fun spring training. Dex came back. We had a
Dexter
remember
came-
that?
yeah, Dexter.
I was retiring. You guys were making
Animals,
fun of
we
me.
had all the skits with Bussy,
Yeah,
Yep.
Kawakami singing the
Kawasaki,
Kawasaki
doing
and
the
me, yeah,
yeah.
singing
yeah,
the karaoke.
the karaoke.
yeah.
Played Drops of Jupiter on the piano. Not about me.
It was a good time. It was a good time. I want to go back. You brought up something that we were just thinking about stories here, but you said Pittsburgh.
yeah,
I want to hear the Pittsburgh story when you came in yelling at Riz.
oh,
Bro, we
so that was right before the All-Star break,
right
and we
the
stunk.
Sunday morning before the All-Star break. Keep in mind now, we have 2 birds because there's 12 of us going to the
Yeah.
All-Star game or whatever. We have 2 private planes waiting for us after the game. The morning of the game, we roll in. We lost 9 of 10. We're getting shelled. If the offense does well, the
Pitching sucked.
pitching sucked. The pitching does well, offense sucked. I'm riding high. I go into the All-Star break raking.
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
like
you're feeling it. You're feeling
14.
good.
I'm like 12 for 15 in that series, like on a high. The game before, John gives up 3 or 4 runs. We end up losing. I go 4 for 5 in the game.
I think I gave up 6.
With a homer.
Yeah,
A homer shy of the cycle. It's not about me.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
I have the
not that he
quote-
remembers it.
It's not about me.
Not
Keep
that he
saying-
remembers
Well, I
It's the
remember
same
this
line.
because I'm in the weight room the Sunday morning before the All-Star game. And I knew that night when the quote came out, I was like, fuck. I texted our media relations guy, Peter Chase, and I was like, hey, this came out wrong. Like, is it that bad? He's talking me off the ledge because I know what's coming. So,
Can you read the quote, please?
yeah, I have the quote
If you
here.
don't mind.
Well, before you read the quote, do you know how I found out about the
Oh,
quote?
I know.
Okay.
Fucking Travis Wood.
Okay.
Just
All right.
Met,
All right.
met him at the
I
locker
didn't know.
with
I
the
didn't
quote.
know.
Oh,
if
I
you knew
know.
that. Okay.
This game isn't easy, said Anthony Rizzo, who went 4 for 5 and was a home run shy of the cycle. Feeling myself. It's impossible to boat race the whole season like we were doing. We just have to clean up our pitching a little. We're walking too many guys, and that's not the formula. We've had a formula playing good baseball, and we don't have it right now. Maybe we have to mix a few cocktails together and figure it out. But that's what it comes down to. I knew right away when I said the pitching.
Also, if you read the whole thing, it's not as bad.
But
Do you know
John
what
comes in.
What Woody showed me?
John comes in the next day, start before the All-Star game. He's not pitching the All-Star game, right?
No, I didn't pitch that one.
So he's had a good night. And I'm in the weight room. We're watching, me and Tim Buss are watching Joel Osteen, right? It was like our Sunday morning.
That was
We'd have-
the trying. We were losing everybody.
They have it's a small weight room
Small
with a
TV.
tiny little screen, and
Not
Joel
show.
Osteen's on, or one of the shows are on. And I'm foam rolling on the ground, like socks, just shorts, and like maybe a shirt. And foam rolling in such a vulnerable position. And John comes in after Travis Wood runs. John, look what Anthony said. Look what Rizzo said. Like your little brother. And he comes in. I've never seen him this mad. Face beat red, lip quivering, standing over me. If you ever fucking talk about our pitching staff again, I'll fucking kill you. And I was like, oh. I'm so vulnerable, like in submissions.
It wasn't the best choice of words that I said, but obviously the night before was my start, so I was still
Sure.
pissed.
Sure.
Like I said, if you read the whole, when you just read that off, that's the first time I've ever heard the whole thing.
Of course, because Woody's
It doesn't sound as bad as when Woody just shows you, we need to clean up our pitching staff.
we need to clean up our fucking, you never fucking talk about, and I'm just looking at him like, I just remember the only thing I said to him, and he couldn't do anything about it. He says, "I'm sorry, John, I messed
He
up,"
did.
and he didn't know what to do,
No.
and he just kept quivering, and he just walked out. And like later on, we hugged it out and
Yeah, we
calmed
were
down. But I was so
But
scared.
part of that is when you bring over winning players and re-establishing culture, right? It's like, we used to get pissed if somebody had is always there in front of their locker in a good game. You got to be there in the bad game. You know what I mean? Like, you got to talk to the media. Like, that's not a thing you're establishing as winners. And that's basically, as a veteran, a guy with 2 World Series rings coming in and going, "Hey man, we don't bash each other, and that we
That's how
don't
your
bash
team-
each other."
Yeah.
And to the media, like, you got, like, no shit, I wasn't any good.
Yeah.
But that's the standard you were brought up with in the winning culture, and it's like I think that's how winning basically.
You taught me a lesson that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I
mean,
carried with me for the rest of my
Exactly.
career.
Exactly.
And by doing that, I grew up
Mhm.
and I became a better leader. And when it was my turn to go talk to someone, I didn't scream at them, because as I got older, the culture changed and you can't do the old school cowboy stuff.
But I also knew at that time,
in our relationship,
and our friendship, I knew that by me saying that to you, in 5 minutes you would be fine with it, and in 5 minutes I would be fine with it. If I did that to another player,
Yeah.
it would be a
he'd go
season-long
he'd
thing.
go in a hole.
Like, I knew, and also too, I knew if I did it loud enough that somebody out here might hear it and be like, "What did Anthony say?" and look at it and go, "Oh, okay, I need to pay attention to what I'm saying now."
Mm-hmm.
Right? I hate the fact you were the guinea pig on it, but
No, I love
it is what it is.
I was so
You
I was
took
like
that for the rest of your career.
I was
so
a
it's-
beaten dog after that. I was so scared. But again, and then after we go to the All-Star game and we have
we
a
were
great
good.
time.
I mean, 10 minutes later, we're fine.
Yeah, because that's what that team was.
Yep.
That was the bond we had. And then we go into the All-Star game, and then we go into the end of July. We're playing the Mariners, Sunday Night Baseball.
Oh my God.
We have a huge, I'm talking the biggest road trip of the year coming up, right? That's been planned out
for numerous reasons.
That we're going to get to after this play. And Theo calls you guys into the office.
Yeah, with Joe.
And
We're playing Seattle.
They're playing Seattle Sunday Night Baseball, and they want to give the starters a rest, right?
And I think we had won the first 2 games. We were going for the sweep.
Oh, bro, we were rolling.
We were rolling.
We were back.
We were rolling. So we bring up a starter to do a spot start.
And also, nothing against Brian Mattis. It's not
Correct.
Brian Mattis' fault.
No,
we
it's
said with
just
all
our
due
team.
respect
All due
before we
respect.
started.
Okay, well, just reiterating.
Our team was so solidified, right? There's nothing that can break us. Well, we bring up us for a spot start to give the guys a rest, and everyone's like, why fuck with us? Like, this is working. And he ends up giving up a bunch of runs early, and we come back. And that comeback was like probably the biggest moment, I think, of the season for us, of like,
That was a good one.
nothing can stop us. Because I know the starters were all kind of pissed off, like, you're skipping my turn, like, you're messing with our routine, you guys are creatures of habit.
Well, it wasn't only that. It's the fact of, it's almost like when you're rolling and Joe's like, "Hey, I'm going to give you a day." No,
it didn't
now's
happen.
not the
It didn't
time.
happen. It didn't happen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, now's not. When I'm rolling, you roll me out there until I don't have it anymore. And that's kind of the starter, because we had pitched so bad leading up to the break, and we all came back, and it was like, we're back.
They were pissed.
Yeah.
I remember the starting staff being,
and it wasn't
like, legit mad.
Yeah, it's because we were back. We were rolling. Everybody was. We were feeding off each other. It was going. It was good vibes, and we all knew we had that off day coming up. And then you just follow the off day, right? Everybody just gets that extra day. Well, they wanted to give us 2 extra days.
Yep.
Because, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's. And so we come back in this game on Sunday Night Baseball, which at the time was the biggest deal to have Sunday Night Baseball. And we're rallying, right? And the old school way, when you're rallying, the starters are in the clubhouse throwing back some pops, having some rally beers. So not only did you have a suicide squeeze, but I want to know, A,
Suicide squeeze to win the game. I've still got my shirt. I should have brought it today. Bunt to win. With Johnny
we
like
bring
this.
Lester in. What was it, like the 10th or 11th?
It's a
Isn't it extra innings?
12.
We'll check the tape.
For a
check the
suicide
tape.
squeeze walk-off win, like big comeback. Had to be a few pops deep because you were always for the boys. But it was such a significant moment for us looking back because of the unity that we
Yeah.
all came. And afterwards, what happened afterwards is something you never see and you probably will never see again with walking into the clubhouse with Theo.
Yeah,
I got so much respect for Theo.
I do
after
too.
That.
I
After
mean,
that.
I had respect for him, before. And in any profession, you're going to have disagreements with your bosses, right? Like that's
Totally.
just
Sure.
nature. That's life. But for him to come down and be like, "Hey, that's on me."
He was apologizing
Yeah.
to our team.
To the whole team.
Yeah,
And it wasn't anything against Brian Mattis. Great dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was just what our team was building. And then they claimed him off waivers
yeah.
and he came up for just a spot start. And it was like him saying that to us was like, wow, like this is another reason why we're so special. Another reason why we're going to win the last game of the year,
Yeah. His accountability in that moment was
which you just
went a
don't
long
see.
ways,
He's
yeah.
he's Theo Epstein. He's
Yeah.
broken
Hall of
two-
Famer.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer and he's incredible. So come to find out, the next trip, which we all knew was going on, Mr. Lester, the most generous player I've ever played with in my entire career.
the greatest road trip of all time.
Of all time, we're going out west. We're going to Oakland. We have an off day in Oakland, Thursday off day. So we fly out Wednesday night. We land, or Wednesday day game. We land Thursday at San Francisco Airport. John has a private plane for all the boys. There's 8 of us
Mm-hmm.
to fly to Pebble Beach to play Pebble Beach. 2-night stay, right?
Yeah, we got in that night, played the next day. No,
No, we
and then
flew
came-
out after.
Yeah, because that was the whole point of the why I got mad at the pitching change. Okay. Yes, we were rolling. Personally, I was mad because I was supposed to pitch the following day, I think, the second day in
In
Oakland.
Oakland.
But because of the pitching change, my day got no, that doesn't make sense. I was supposed to pitch the Wednesday day game. That's what it was. And because of the start on Sunday, I get pushed back to the Friday game in
right.
Oakland.
That's right.
So Theo tells us this is before the whole Sunday night baseball game. And I raise my hand. He's telling us, I'm like 8th grader. Hey, Theo, I have a question. Listen, I have set up a round at Pebble Beach for 8 dudes. Okay. We have hotel rooms. We're staying there. I've got the rounds taken care of. And I got a plane picking us up
And dropping us off.
and dropping us off. Mind you, it's a 27-second flight. And he looks at me and he goes, so you're playing golf on Thursday? I said, well, that's my question. I'm supposed to pitch on Friday now because you fucked with the rotation.
You fucked with my golf
You
game.
fucked with No,
trying.
not my golf game. You fucked with Pebble Beach.
Right,
Yeah.
true.
So
And all the boys.
and all the boys. And I'm like, Theo, I can't possibly sit on the plane and watch 7 guys get off the plane and walk onto a plane and fly down there.
that
without
I'm
me.
paying for.
Yeah. And he goes,
Or Tom is.
Tom was.
Yeah, good
well,
point. Good point.
the flight he was. And I go, Theo, dude, like, what do you got? He goes, well, are you good to play? Your body fine? I said, yeah. He goes, go play.
I love him.
I was like, all right. He goes, when are you guys getting back? I go, well, we'll be back as soon as we're done. We're flying back. We got back for dinner. We went out
Yeah,
to
we went
dinner
to
that
dinner
night.
that night. Yeah. That John paid for.
Yeah, we're all together. This
That John paid for.
is now August. Like we're together forever. And we go to Pebble Beach, we play, we hang out all night there, like till the wee hours of the morning there. We play golf.
Breakfast
we fly
on
in,
the
On the
cliffs,
patio.
right, on the patio
Yeah.
right there.
fly in that night, and we still go to dinner. That's how much we wanted to be together.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were there. John, as great as he was, he sometimes cut some corners. And he not only did he
This is
buy us
so
all 8 rooms, but I was the guy who kept him in check. He got us partial view rooms. And it was like, John, if we're going to do this, you got the plane, you're going to give me a partial view, like a partial view suite. It was a suite, but partial view. So I'm just wearing them out, right? Partial view. And we get there. The partial view is like there's a little parking lot, and then it's all ocean and cliff.
It was a view of a parking lot. with a little bit of ocean over the top of it.
No, it was more ocean than. But I panned and like made it look like, John, this partial fuse bullshit. Like, look at these rooms. And he wore me out, and I wore him out about having to walk. But that trip, I still have that picture of all of us in the sand
In
trap.
the sand trap.
In,
I
like,
was just
Me
thinking about
too. I
that,
got a
yeah.
favorite
Both
in the
my
house.
house,
Yeah,
yeah,
everybody's posing, skis posing. It was me, us three, Miggy, KB, Hinsky,
Arietta.
Arietta,
Lackey.
Lackey,
Yep.
right? And us three. Unbelievable. And we left there, went
Go to
back-
dinner.
Go to dinner.
Win.
Beat the shit out of Oakland Friday night. Day game Saturday.
Meanwhile, we're in the middle right now of what turned out to be 13 out of 14. And this was, we won 11 in a row.
This the
So
middle of that.
This is all the stuff that's going on off the field.
Saturday we have a day game. We beat Oakland. John's got
Boat
a
raced him.
boat race, and we've got a sprinter van that sends us down to San Francisco 49ers.
Big up to VJ Police Escort.
Police escort.
Police escort, Kenny Chesney concert.
Chesney concert. Met the head coach. Walked us around the facilities.
Yep.
Party with Chesney.
Sammy Hagar's there. We're hanging out
Sammy.
Yeah.
backstage.
Go back. Sweep Oakland on Sunday, and head home. Like that was like literally the best road trip.
That was a good one.
It was a straight.
That was the best one, bro.
It was.
I tell that story
I think what
so
people don't
much.
understand is how much we enjoyed life that year
Yeah.
off the field.
Yeah.
Like, it was like we got to the field and we were excited to play together, and we were equally excited for what was about to happen.
Yeah.
After.
Well, I don't think Joe gets enough credit for the mindset of which he created of have fun off the field, and you're going to be better at your job when you come to work. Like that was such a different kind of mindset than a lot of managers like living and breathing baseball 24/7. It's nice like coming to work every single day knowing it's like, yeah, we've done a lot of fun stuff and off the field that when we come, we still want to hang out. And now we're a tighter knit group when you come together and want to get to work and play hard and focus for one another.
And to your point to that, I think Joe did a really good job with the schedule and the times of which we got to the field.
Sure.
Right? Like
It's the
on a
goal.
random Tuesday and we've got a 7 p.m. game and he's like, all right, Little League week, show and go.
Yeah, American Legion week.
American
yeah.
Legion.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Davey Martinez too,
That
because
he-
Joe handled the media so
Yeah.
well and us, but Davey ran that asylum of communicating.
Yeah.
You love the asylum.
Prisoners run the asylum. I've said it for my whole career.
You love
It's
that
true.
one.
If they don't, it's not a good team.
Mm-mm.
If the team's not controlled from within, it's not a great team.
Yeah.
But but I remember coming in one day, I think I was at your house or something, and we were just pounding wine. I think, what was the
I love how
Screaming Eagle?
I love how all your
you
stories
opened-
start with this.
You
by
opened
the
up
way.
a Screaming Eagle for us or something.
Yeah.
A crazy bottle of wine. And I thought it could have been the potatoes or the steak that we had that night that made me a little fuzzy the next morning, but
It's always the steak.
yeah, it could have been the wine. I go into Joe's office and I'm able to have a conversation with him like a friend. And I'm like, Joe, last night we were at Lester's. I believe it was there. And we drank so much wine. He's, oh, brother. He's like, how you feeling today? I'm like, I'm good. Like, he's like, yeah, just get through it. You'll be fine. I go out and have a great game.
Mhm.
But like, how can you say that to your manager?
Yeah.
Because that's the environment he created.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It was like, there's nothing better than that.
I want to get to one of my favorite games because I've never asked you the story. The last game of the season, Sunday Night Baseball, St. Louis. We're going to the postseason, and Joe takes me out of the game. Joe comes out. You're carving. We're up
3-1.
3-1, like the 7th, right? I mean, it was late, and you still had your pitches were down. Joe, I think we got one out, and here comes Joe out of the dugout. And I look over, I'm like,
We got two. We got 2 outs.
We got 2 outs?
2 outs. Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck's he doing out here? Like, Johnny's rolling. Like, so I'm like on one of my piss. Like, I played mad, right? Like, I was definitely.
Oh, we
angry.
we know.
I know. I get this reputation of like, oh, Rossi's so nice, Grandpa, blah blah blah. These guys hated me when I played. Just so everybody knows.
I loved you.
It's
Still do.
He's coming out, and I'm on one of my rants to the mound, and you're staring at me, and I'm thinking, what's he doing? What's Joe doing? And you're like, he's taking you out of the game. Or Joe grabs me, he's like, hey, I've never done this before. You went in his office and told him to take me out of the game. I want to know how that whole thing went down.
So
And I appreciate that,
Yeah.
but I've never heard how. I can imagine a player coming in my office and going, hey, we're going to take this guy out of the game.
So night before, sitting at home, we're Farrah and I are just talking or whatever, and I look at her and I go, "Hey, what do you think about this?" I said, "If everything goes well tomorrow, having Joe taking Rossi out of the game before he takes me out." I was like, "But it's got to go perfect. It can't be the fourth inning when I've got 87 pitches and we're losing 6-3 or whatever." I said, "It's got to go perfect." And she's like, "Yeah, go talk to Joe, see what he says." I said, "Okay." So I get there early the next day, planning on having to talk to Joe for like 30, 40 minutes, right? Like give him the whole spiel. He's going to talk me down off this ledge and analytics say you can't do this or whatever. And I go into Joe, I go, "Hey, Joe, I got an idea." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Now, same thing. If everything goes perfect tonight, what do you think about taking Rossi out for his last game before you take me out? Let him walk off the field, get his love." Because I love it.
That's all he said.
And I
He
sat,
always, any idea you ever
Sure.
brought to Joe,
yeah.
he was like,
and I
"I'm
sat there,
all
I
in."
was like,
I just can't imagine how
Huh?
that.
"That's it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I
Bro,
love
that's
it."
so crazy. I remember starting pulling the mask down, starting to cry right in front of you guys. I
You-
was like,
you took
went
your-
from mask.
You had your mask
Bro, you
off,
hit a
and
homer
Joe-
that game.
Yeah, Joe's like this, and
Yeah,
he's
it's one
like
of my
in your
favorites.
face, and you got your mask off, and you're like looking at me and looking at him, and he goes, you taking you out of the game. And you didn't know what to do, and I'm like waiting for like a hug or like a bro dap or something, and you just go, "I love you guys," and just stormed
I
off
was
the
out,
field.
bro. I was about to melt down. I saw all the look in you guys' face, and you were just like staring through me, and I was like, I love you. I'm out. I almost forgot
It
to
was great.
hug Joe and everything.
It's another example of the things that John did for us
Yeah,
that no one knew about.
exactly.
No one knew that John did that. Like, no one knew that you went to Joe's office and pulled him out, and nor did you want the credit for that afterwards, too. But these are all the things behind the scene that make a championship team that you can't quantify it. It just happens.
Right.
And for Joe to do that, for you to be able to have the confidence to go tell Joe this, right? It's just all of these things come together to make it where the reason you want to do that for him is because you guys were brothers on the field,
Yeah.
and you care about him, and you got your runway of your 100th home run, the Grandpa Rossi,
Sure, the whole thing.
the whole retirement tour.
But it's not about me. I want you guys.
No, it's not about you,
me.
but
Let's get back to John.
no one gives the standing ovation to a backup catcher.
Great point.
You know what I mean?
Great point. Great point.
And
That doesn't even get to get all of his at bats.
Right.
exactly, because of John.
So we go into the playoffs and
Playoffs.
and you put us on your back, bro. Like, I mean, we had obviously our whole pitch staff was really good, and Arrieta was on a 2-year run that like I've never seen, and you're different in the playoffs, right? Like, what is that? Like, I think people need to learn from your mentality, and you're talking about routine, you're talking about your experiences. I always have a lot to do with that, but bro, you're dominant in the postseason.
Looking back on it, I think a little bit of it is, like I said, I never looked to see who I was pitching against. I didn't care, right? Like Adam Wainwright, Anibal Sanchez, Joe Shit the Barber. It doesn't matter, right? Like I'm not competing. I'm competing against him, but I'm not pitching against him. So that in my mind never scared me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I loved when it mattered, right? Like the season gets so long. Beginning of the season, you're so hyped. You're ready to go. You're amped. You feel good. You should be somewhat locked in with your stuff. You get to the middle of the season, it's kind of dictating which way the year's going for you, whatever. You get to August, you hate everybody.
Sure.
Angry August.
Angry August.
You hate everybody. You hate your family. You hate your teammates. You hate
You could
your
say whatever
coaches.
you want, and it's
You hate everybody.
Hmm.
September comes around, you get that little boost where you call up the young fellers. They're there. They're get to, especially in our situation, the 16, those young guys got to experience some firsts for them, which is cool.
You're in a playoff hunt.
You're in a playoff hunt.
Yeah.
We clinch early. When you clinch early, it's good and bad because then you're like, all right, I'm preparing. I'm still trying to win the games, but I'm also not trying to get hurt.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
kind of dodging and weaving your way through September. Now those lights come on and the weather changes. It's getting dark early. You have flyovers all of a sudden. You know, you got the big flag for the anthem. People are there. The stadium's filled
you're
before
giving me goosebumps right now.
the stadium's filled before the first pitch.
Mhm.
Everybody's ass is in their seat before the first pitch because they want to see playoff baseball. The crowd is into it. First inning, 2 outs, 3-2. Right? Like now your senses are amped.
It's so romantic, John.
It is, right?
You're getting me going.
Dude, that's why I love baseball, though, and especially like I got spoiled early in my career to go to the playoffs so much and be a part of it and have responsibility. I wasn't a fourth. I wasn't,
No, you were the guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was here's game one. Go get him, kid.
Let's talk about game one because it was cold. It was windy.
Which game one? In
NLDS 2016
at Wrigley.
at Wrigley, we're playing the Giants. The Giants are coming off their even year. What is it? 3 years in a row? 3 even years in a row. So we're now 16. This is going to be their fourth. They won in 14. And that's real. And it's real that we have a 108-year curse over us too, which we handled really well.
Mm.
But that shit was real because we didn't win. And you get asked about it all the time. And you just add a little bit extra juice.
Yep.
So we go into game one, and John shoves. What do you go? You go 8 innings, 5 strikeouts. We end up winning the game 1-0 on Javi's.
Javi's home run.
Javi hit a
Far-
6-mile homer that hit the basket.
That hit the
Went in,
basket.
barely got in.
I mean,
And
pimp the fuck out of
I
it.
still don't think he's touched first base.
No.
He's still standing at home.
We all knew it was a homer too, and it barely got
Yeah.
over. And we win 1-0. But the tone that you set for that game set the tone for the rest of the playoffs because we boat race pretty much all season. We have a little hiccup in July. We have a great second half. We kind of start amping up for the playoffs, and then game one, boom, we get hit in the face with Cueto, and we win 1-0. But that game set the tone. The energy there. We had a back pick there
Back
in
pick.
game one
I
that
think you threw a guy
that
out.
no one knows. Like
That second too.
this is how fearless we were, and this is how amazing Joe was that he trusted us. We do a back pick in game one where a guy's bunting. I come up in the guy's face. The guy at first takes a big lead. Javi comes around on the back.
Back pick him.
And you trust Javi.
You trust
Yeah.
Javi. You
Modified
trust
pitch out.
John. You're trusting 4 guys there to do their job, and we get a huge back pick there. That just another example of us playing fearless, us being too young. What
To
did you always say?
Yeah,
We were too dumb to, or what did you always say
That's what I
about
say,
being
too
young and dumb?
Young
to
and
know.
dumb.
Yeah.
That was John's favorite line because we were all, I think, 26 or 25 and under. We were the second youngest team. But that sets the tone. We win the NLDS. We go into game one of the NLCS,
Dodgers.
and you set the tone again there. You remember what you did there?
I remember game 5 more than I remember game 1.
Let's see. Game one of the NLCS, 6 innings, 1 run. We went 8-4. Miggy Montero grand slam.
Joe
pinch hit.
Blanton.
Joe
Joe
Blanton.
Blanton.
That was sick. That was a
forgot
chess
that was
match
game
between
1.
Joe and Dave
Biggie.
Roberts.
Yeah.
Miggy,
Remember that?
Yep.
Miggy, and we'll get to this when we talk to Miggy, but Miggy was for the whole team. If you weren't playing, you had a mission, and that was to get runs. And how did we get runs, John?
A little something we like to call rally beers.
Rally beers or shots. Or because in 16, I believe it started in 15, when we swept a series, the boys would take shots. And if we ever got into a little rut and we were kind of grinding, those shots became, instead of after the game, sometimes they were before the game on occasion.
On occasion.
Not very often, but it happened.
It did happen when we needed it. You can't go to the well too much or it doesn't work.
And the crazy thing about Miggy is, I think earlier in that day he couldn't walk.
He just got a cortisone shot that
yeah,
day.
It was that day, right?
Yeah, and he was still rallying for the boys.
Yeah.
So he comes in, and it's that grand slam. I don't even think he really knew his name at the time.
Joe should have thrown the heater.
Yeah.
He hung the
The
slide.
ball was crushed.
But that was electric.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the whole playoff scene, like whether and don't take this the wrong way, but whatever side you're on, whether you win or you lose, you will never forget being in the playoffs.
You're right.
Never. And the further you go, the more electric and the more your senses are awake. Like you're hyped. You get to the field, you're hyped as soon as you get there.
The closer you get with your teammates,
Yeah.
the closer the families get, because all the families are rallying together too.
And it's a
Well, the
grind,
fans, you're getting out of your
travel ain't
car,
easy.
the fans are there
What's that?
in the playoffs. Like
Yeah.
you're getting out of your car, like the
Well, that's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like
it-
I'll never
everybody-
forget. I'll
everyone's
never
electric.
forget Game 5. I'm jumping ahead of the CS, but Game 5 of the World Series. Not very often in Wrigley do you walk out of the dugout to go warm up, which was I think will we play 7 o'clock games during the play? Yeah, because Chicago's
Yeah,
1 hour
7.
behind, so
Mhm.
7. So I'd be out there at 6:20 walking out of the dugout, right? You couldn't see a seat in that place.
Wrigley's special.
Yeah.
And they were, I mean,
Bro, that
you could see seats because
NLCS,
everybody was standing, but you couldn't see
Yeah,
seats. You know what I'm
packed. Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
it's for warm-ups.
we hadn't been to the World Series in 60 plus
No, I
years.
get that. I
you
know
know
it's
what
the
I
World
mean?
Series, and
No, I'm
it
saying
was,
we
it
in the
was a win or lose.
NLCS we haven't at that point haven't
Yeah.
gone. So when we win, you win Game 5, right? And then Game 6 we win. We beat Kershaw, double play
And
to end the game.
To go back to Game 5, I think probably one of the best postseason games I've ever thrown.
Bro, you dominated.
That was like I knew going into that game I was locked.
I want to talk about
7
that.
innings.
Let's walk the. I think like you got a 4-1 record in World Series games, and the one loss in Cleveland, Game 1. Us together. So heavy scouting report.
Yeah.
And what did we say after that game? Like you were having to throw it in a Dixie cup by the second time through the lineup because we're sinking away, we're change up,
Yep.
backdoor, trying to cut it in off. They were giving up on the end. And your bread and butter was I'm going to establish. I remember we got an argument in Boston about it. I'm going to establish my four-seamer in.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I'm at my best. That locks me in mechanically, and that gets everybody looking in for my, and then I can go cutter off that. I can sink away. Everything works after that. And I learned that over time, and then got to the World Series in Game 1, and we went so heavy scouting report. Remember, everybody was like sink down the way, no strike breaking balls, change up, different things like that. And we grinded through that game.
Yeah.
You grinded, but
So to go,
I say
you
we.
just said something that reminded me, and I don't know if you remember this. The reason I said that to you is because the very first time you caught me in 2013,
Yeah, I know.
you came back. He was on a Hawaiian vacation all year with his.
I remember.
I had a concussion.
He had scrambled brains.
I had-
He had
Hey,
scrambled
My-
brains.
easy. Both of us. Have
my-
it.
Well,
my
I
potatoes
wasn't
were
there
mashed,
for
for
years.
sure.
Okay.
He didn't know what planet he was on, and went to Hawaii. He came back all tan. You know, and the tan
Won the World
line,
Series.
I'm not gonna lie, the tan line was a little weird when we got in the shower. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. It was a little awkward. I
You
didn't
guys
know.
don't wear thong at the
I didn't
beach?
know what
I'm
kind of
just
bathing
saying.
suit he had
I'm
on.
just saying.
But so 13 started out really good for me, and then I hit a lull, kind of like we were talking about in 16 for us in July, whatever. Struggled. Beginning of September, we're facing Detroit. Do you remember this?
Yeah. Yep.
Facing Detroit. I know I'm getting off topic. We'll get right back there. Never caught me except for spring training. Comes in.
This is where
Detroit.
the love affair started.
This is when Detroit's rolling. They got
Prince
Scherzer,
Fielder.
Sanchez. They got Prince Fielder,
Verlander.
Torrey Hunter,
Verlander.
Victor Martinez, Miggy.
Omar Infante was
Yeah.
a really good player. I played
Like
him.
Murder's Row. Okay. No disrespect to the Yankees. But so we get in there and I'm like, fuck, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like these guys, plus Victor Martinez, Torrey Hunter, and Miguel Cabrera's OPS
They
against me
owned you.
is a combined 7 million.
Owned
He
you.
never pitched good against
Miggy
Detroit.
loved when you pitched.
7 million. Okay. So we sit down and I've got all my fucking notes and I look at Rossi and he goes, hey, this is what we're gonna do. He goes, every bit of film I watched, everybody's kind of dicking off with these guys. They're going backdoor, breaking ball, this. They fall behind 2-1, 2-0, 3-1. Then guess what happens? Patakaye, right? Like now that's where the damage comes. He goes, we're going to come out and we're going to throw the ball as hard as we can. And we're going to throw it right at their hands till they make an adjustment. Cool. The only lefty in the lineup was Prince Fielder. All right, here we go. Rossi sat back there.
Heater in. Just over
Here we
and
go.
over again.
And just the first 3 innings, and like I was pissed. Like I was still trying to figure it out. I was blowing like 96, 95, 96.
Damn.
Just Miguel's jumping out of the way. Next thing you know, got curveball under Chase. We end up winning the game.
They're swinging at the cutter.
What that did in 13 was then, all right, to go back to
Learning
your point
moment.
about
Learning
moment, yeah.
establishing your fastball, establishing your cutter, which made everything else
And it
better.
locked you in mechanically.
Yes.
You learned later on too. It's like just
Yep.
So we roll up Game 6 at Wrigley for the NLCS, right? You just win Game 5. You go 7 innings, I think 1 run. We have a chance to go to the World Series. And we fell short the year before. We have first ballot Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw on the mound. And we roll him. right? And
Kyle Hendricks deals.
the professor went,
Deals.
our whole staff.
He dealt 2 games. He got the loss in game 2.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, we were
AJ
down
Gonzalez
2-1
hit
in that
That's
series.
That's right. Yeah.
So we win off Kershaw, the double play, and I just remember Wrigley being so loud and that celebration, and you winning the MVP, co-MVP of that series. And it's like, what does that mean to you? You sign there, you have this massive deal, you put so much pressure on yourself in 15. We exceed all expectations. We're going to the World Series. Job's not finished. 108-year curse. You're the guy. You just win MVP. Like, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling at the time like I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to downplay it, but I feel like I'm doing what I was supposed to be doing. You know, I think in 15, I know we're jumping around a lot, but in 15, I felt like I needed to win the World Series in April.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
You
that.
ma- you- it makes sense.
I
Like,
remember.
Yeah, you're trying to live up to that contract. and
yeah,
all that. Yeah.
I'm trying to make.
You're still
all-
new. You're also grumpy and unapproachable and all these things. And
allegedly. But yeah, I mean, all those things. Thanks, Riz. But yeah, I mean, I feel like at the time, you're like, all right, I'm on a personal level. You're like, all right, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Like the pieces are falling. Now, at the end of the day, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm 3 for 3 on World Series. Okay, I've never gone to the World
Oh,
Series
I
and
remember.
lost. I
Yeah.
just wanted
Yeah.
My bad.
Black's famous line.
I got
Black's
2 rings.
famous
Thanks,
line.
John.
Remember, he said when we got to the World Series, he said, "Hey Tony, I ain't never been to a World Series I hadn't won."
Facts. I have. Fuck.
How's that second place ring? Anyway, so
What an asshole.
Oh.
That line.
so anyway, I just feel like at the time I'm like, all right, we've accomplished half of the goal. We've got to the World Series, right? Sometimes that's half the battle.
Totally.
Is getting there. All jokes aside, but we've got there. Okay, we've accomplished goal 1 of getting there. Now goal 2 is to win the motherfucker, right? Like we didn't come here to lose, right? We came here to win, right?
Mhm.
Probably obviously I'm biased to this, but I think one of the greatest World Series in the history of the game. That
Oh,
we
hands
played.
down. Hands down.
There's
not even
the ups and downs.
the droughts, both teams.
The cat and mouse game, 2 great managers going at each other as far as game planning, pitching matchups, all this stuff, starting pitching, offense, stolen bases, everything. Like, then it ends up at game 7, which is my first game 7. It was incredible.
Oh, it's
Roller coaster of emotions.
let's not skip out. You win the MVP of NLCS. That night, that party at John's house was elite. Okay. Basically, the whole team's there. The whole city's rioting. Everyone's just happy to be back in the World Series. We still know we have a job to do, but we celebrated everything that year.
It felt, I don't know how you guys felt when we won the CS because we had lost it the year before. I felt like, boom, like that was a sense of relief for me. It was like, okay, now we're going to the World Series.
Yeah.
Just roll it all out there, whatever. But getting further than we did in 15 to me was so important because of the steps we had taken so fast.
Well,
I know
and especially for the young guys, it's like confidence,
right.
right? Like you feel like, and I know there's guys that have done this where it's like, I can't get past the DS.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a roadblock there, and once
maybe
you
that's why
break
for me
that
it felt that
roadblock,
way.
it's like, oh,
we're here.
This is still the same game. We're good.
Yeah.
So funny story. After game 6, we win, celebrate all that stuff, drive back to that. I mean, I lived a mile from Wrigley.
Mm-hmm.
Wife calls me, says, "Hey, there's a group of people in the front yard TPing our tree."
I remember this.
Pull around. We've got a alleyway that you pulled into the garage. Berteau that we lived on was a one-way street going that way. Pull around, go down the one-way street this way, pull up. I'm like, "Hey, what are y'all doing?" "Oh, we just wanted to celebrate." And I go, "By TPing my tree?"
Didn't you invite him in for a beer?
Yeah, I go, "If you guys want to celebrate," I go, "You guys want to celebrate, knock on my damn door. I'll come have a beer with you."
That's great.
And the one lady goes, We are so sorry. We'll start cleaning up. They cleaned up all the.
And then you came in and had a beer.
I parked and came out, and we cheersed and had a drink, and then went
Bro,
back.
that party was. First off, I have to tell you, set the scene on John's house. John bought. Not only did John buy a house, he bought the lot next door. It was a house as well. He knocked it down, so his dog, famously quoted, and I quote, "I knocked it down so my dog had a yard to shit in." Okay, that's the type of.
I may have just told you that, but
Okay, well,
Not anymore. Not anymore.
this is what the people get, John.
you know,
But John has this party, and we're all there, and we're all celebrating. And next thing you know, we're on the back patio. Rossi's playing the guitar. My dad's there playing the guitar. Eddie Vedder's there. Starts jamming out for us in the backyard. Like, I think he's saying, "What, the Cubs go all the way, right?
Yeah.
Someday we'll go all the way."
yes,
And he's just doing an
Yes, he did.
acoustic.
yeah,
Rossi's playing. My dad's playing. It's one of my greatest memories because my dad loves playing the guitar too. And all of us coming together there and just knowing that the job's not finished, but we got this.
Mm.
Like, we were so together. And then we roll into game one.
Well, because me and your dad were playing. Our thing now is we opened for Eddie Vedder, just so everybody
you did.
knows.
Yeah.
You did.
I opened for
Yep.
Eddie Vedder.
You're an opener.
You're
I'm
an
an opener.
You're an opener.
I'm an
And we go into game one of the World Series. You're setting the tone for us.
Didn't do a very good job. but
We don't.
We set the tone.
That was my fault. I take full
Nah.
responsibility. Me and Borzello, Mike Borzello.
Yeah.
Remember we went scouting report, but then in game 5, you came out and you fucking punched out the side, going, "I'm being me. I'm being me."
Game 5 was the hardest game of the series, hands down. Game 7 was its own fairy tale, but game 5. But let's go back to game 3, the first game at Wrigley in, 60 plus years.
Yeah.
The atmosphere there was so, like, dead coming off the NLCS and everyone partying and celebrating. It was like, we get there in game 3, we're tied 1-1, and the atmosphere was almost like everyone was just so nervous. Like,
They were nervous.
I don't know if it was just me and I was projecting on the fans, but like the energy in the stadium
Yeah.
was flat. We didn't really give them a lot to cheer for, granted. But we go down, we lose game 3,
Yep.
we lose game 4, and we're like, fuck. Like, we just got swept the year before. We ain't doing this. And you come out in game 5, and I think we give you an early lead.
How could you at home?
Well, you got us to the first. An early lead is the first 3 innings, John.
Oh my
KB
bad. I thought you
KB
meant like
hit
at the first inning.
KB hit a homer.
No, it wasn't until the 4th or 5th inning.
Third
It was off
baseman
Bauer.
hit a homer.
KB.
Early, second inning.
Remember, we went in so much, and finally I was like, okay, we've established in when Ramirez
Yeah.
hit a solo home run. We went heater in, second one, heater in, homer. I was like, okay, now we've established.
That
And
game was
started pitching. Now we go.
That game was a gauntlet. We won 3-2. You go 6 innings, 1 run. Chappie comes in, I think goes 2+.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I don't want to say it's the only game, but I think it's one of the only games that I have looked at the pitching coach and taken myself out of the game.
You're gassed.
Was realistic with
No shit.
was realistic with myself.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'm done. So
Because 6 innings, 1 run, we're riding. You're a
Two.
bull.
I had just given up the second run. I grinded in the 6th,
Okay.
and somebody hit a base hit up the middle. They scored.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was Lindor got the base hit up the middle, and then you threw him out at second to get out of the inning.
Get out of the inning.
And we got down there, and Boz came to check on me. I was at like 90-something pitches, and I go, Boz, I said, I can give you as much as you want next inning,
I remember you.
but
told me
also
that.
don't put me in there. And if I give a base hit, take me out and have that reliever come with somebody on. I said, if you guys are questioning it, give that guy a clean inning.
Mhm.
And he's like, all right, fair enough. And so he went and
There's so much emotions leading up to that game.
There's
Like that was
so
a
much,
moment
bro.
for
I was-
us.
Well, we
right?
knew.
Like,
I was
We knew
gassed.
we win game 5, we're going to roll in game 6. That was our
Yeah.
mentality. Because we saw Tomlin. He kind of diced us up a little bit in game.
remember the wind was
3.
blowing out, and it was him and Hendricks, and I was like, "Oh, take the over in this game."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
In
And
game
It was
because
like
it
a
was
2-1 game.
Yeah, it was like 2-1, 2-1.
In game
No,
6?
game 6
no,
was a blowout.
in game 6.
Oh,
'cause
game 6.
After we won game 5 was a
Game 4.
huge exhale. Like, oh fuck, we're gonna roll game 6. Game 7's a crapshoot,
Right.
right? And we did. We came
we
out.
knew Arrieta was
We came out in Game
Unbelievable.
6, and we popped off, and we're all celebrating early. And I remember Rossi being so pissed off that like we're all like happy and the game's not fucking over, and pacing up and down the dugout. I don't even know.
Fucking
I don't even think you were playing.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
exactly.
No.
And
Just relax.
we go up
Go
big.
all the way to go.
What was it? The 7th or 8th inning, I think. And
They brought in
again,
Chappie.
this podcast is not about me. It's about the reunion. But I hit a home run, World Series home run. And we go up like five or six runs, and Joe left Chappie in. And that was like the first time where like, you know, during the year you get a lot of bickering. Everyone questions the manager at some point.
Yeah.
But that was the
It's just
first
the nature
time
of
where
the
like
game.
the whole dugout came together and was like, Joe, get this fucking guy out of the game. Like this game's over. Chappie's still in. Like, let's get him out.
Your homer
Get
made
Travis Wood up.
your homer made it over. When you
Yeah.
hit the homer, boom, got it.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
And I dropped the bat too. Again, it's really not about me, but I did drop. It's a good picture. I have it in the office.
Shocker.
But that's like the first time where we were like, get him out of the game.
Yeah.
Right? Because Chappie was our dog. He was
He's a
our
dog.
He came over at the deadline and just what he did for us, the respect I have for him.
Yeah.
And then we go into Game 7, we're all ready to go, right? Like
Baskets of emotions in that game.
Oh,
basket,
mess.
bro. That
Mess.
game was. But what was your mindset like coming in? Because you just pitched.
So
You're kind of on short rest.
Well,
So-
me, you, Lackey, and Arrieta go down.
Well, before that, hold on. Game 6, we win. Joe calls me in the office. Hey, how are you? Fine. Why? What do you need? This is what we're doing tomorrow. Kyle's gonna go 5, and you're gonna either 4 or 5, and you're gonna bridge to Chappie, and then hopefully we got the trophy, right? That was what Joe said. I said, cool, Skip. I'll be ready, and I'll be ready whenever you need me. Cool. So now I'm going to bed knowing I'm pitching, which I think, looking back on it, was a blessing because now your nerves go down.
There's no question.
There's no
am I
question.
getting in?
Yeah. Like I'm not walking down there and going, when the phone rings, is it me?
Right.
You know, so like that helped. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, but well, going down there, and I went down there with you guys, and I remember
You were like he was like the decision maker.
because
right?
you got down there and just started like throwing a little bit. You want to take a while to warm up, and I remember catching you and getting ready, and then I was going down early, and you were still going to be warmed up, and Noble was catching you, and I'm watching you pitch. I'm like, he's throwing BBs. Like, if this goes too long, he's going to be gassed, is in my mind, right? Like, he is down.
Didn't you
were
call
like,
down?
Boom, boom. No,
No,
I went in
you
at
went
the end of
in.
the inning, and Joe and Boz came up to me and was like, how's he look? I'm like, he looks great, but I wouldn't just extend this, was my advice. I was like, I wouldn't have him sit down there and throw bullets. Like, the bullets are coming out good. Whenever you're ready to bring him in, he's ready. Like, don't wait 2 innings.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to come in on a clean inning.
Supposed to come on a clean
And you
inning.
come in with what? Run around.
Where
first
it
and
all
second?
where it all
Round
went
first.
on first. Where it all went awry was the 3rd inning where Kyle kind of gave up a little bit of hard contact and
Oh,
they
yeah.
scored the run, so it was 1-1. And the next they called down then and they're like, go, get ready. Mind you, before all of this started, before the game, I told Travis Wood, I said, Woody, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing down there. Okay. I said,
I
one,
don't know what he's doing in the bullpen.
I said, 1, it's the World Series. 2, I'm in the bullpen. I have my routine that I'm going to try to stick to, but you can't because it's a damn.
Game 7 of the
Once
World
the
Series.
phone
He's just
rings,
waiting. And also
108-year
waiting.
drought.
And
Kyle
then
could
It's
go
the
out.
last game of the season.
and then
Yeah.
once the phone rings, their grenade goes off, and everybody goes everywhere, and you're like, what do I do, right? And so I told Woody before the game, I said, if you watch how many pitches I'm throwing. If I get to a point where I've thrown too many pitches, I want you to stand directly in front of me where I can't throw another pitch. So you leave.
Imagine that. Imagine on the broadcast, Woody's
I
saying,
wish
It's like, no, John.
I wish they would have got it. But there was a point where when you left and I was down there and it was just aimless throwing then. I was just throwing to throw.
You were loose when I left.
Woody came over and literally stood.
no
not
shit.
like face to
Really?
face, but like he kind of stood off to my side to where I knew, okay, I'm done.
Damn.
And he stood there, and then like if I went to throw, he'd be like, nope, He's like, when that phone rings and they say that you're coming in, you fire 3 or 4 as hard as you can, and then you go in. And that's what we did.
And then you came in and I fucked it all up.
And you died.
Bro, he died twice.
He died.
I almost
He
killed
almost
our first
fucking
baseman.
killed me, bro. Kipnis. What was it, a swinging bunt, or did he bunt?
Swinging bunt.
Swinging bunt.
2-strike cutter away.
It went
Pulls
7
off.
feet.
It went like this. I bust out. I think I blew a hammy in the process. Spin, throw, airmail. Kipnis runs into him. I'm like, I just got.
Kipnis is a bowling ball, bro. He's
Yeah.
short and compact.
Yeah.
Like, and I always said too, as a first baseman, because when balls go up the line, like when it really matters,
I'll stay in there.
I'll stay in there.
Yeah, you hung in.
And I felt so proud afterwards because I actually did. But that, bro, he ran me over.
Yeah, and I'm feeling great. I just got in this thing. Then no strike breaking balls. We got a theme here. No strike breaking balls to Lindor.
And
You shake to the breaking ball, and I'm like,
and
all
I
right, he's
throw
gonna
it
bounce this
47 feet and literally kill you. You died.
off the mask. Roll my ankle. Go to get up. Doc Adams think I'm concussed. I'm stumbling everywhere. 2 runs scored.
2 runs score on a pass ball probably never happened in World Series history
No.
Yeah,
before.
and I'm thinking. I just got in this thing. I'm the defensive guy, and I just fucked this all up. Like, what happened?
But then you let off the next inning, right? Was that your last at bat?
Second. I think I hit second the next inning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Andrew Miller?
Andrew Miller.
Home
run.
run. And I was, everybody said, why
we're-
didn't you show emotion? I'm like, thank God I got one back. I just let in 2.
Yeah.
I was so
But bro,
down on
you
myself.
fucking threw what, 3 1/3? What was it?
2 1/3.
2 1/3
2 1/3
to bridge the gap
to bridge the gap.
to Chappie.
Yeah.
And
I wish he wouldn't have taken me out because Jose Ramirez does have good numbers off me. I think he's only got the 1 homer, but he's got some hits. But we had 2 outs in that inning, and we're up 6-2 or 3 at the time.
Yeah. We were
6-3. Well, yeah.
We were
So I
I remember you
understood,
coming in
but-
after the crazy inning. We came in. I had to hit, and I'm taking off my stuff. And you looked at me, he's like, look, I was like, bro, you're fine. Your shit's great. I fucked that up. Like, he's like, looked, I was like, bro, you're throwing great. Just like,
other than the 47-foot curveball that killed him.
but he had
other than that-
nasty stuff. You were locked.
Other than that,
you were locked.
Yeah, it was good. I mean,
then we win.
no, we went.
Right? Chappie comes in, Rajai Davis hits the homer. We go down. Let's go before
Have
we
you
win.
heard that story? Have I told you that story when Rajai Davis hit the homer?
Oh God, no.
No, I hadn't heard that either.
But I do know that, which no one knows. Sorry to cut you short. You, Grandpa,
That feels aggressive.
you,
The finger point feels aggressive.
I'm attacking you.
Or the trust tree.
You didn't call a slider
Yeah,
all
Well,
playoffs
12 in
with
a row.
Aroldis Chapman.
Well, so like going back, one of my things that I held was I got taken out a lot when Chappie came in and he would do Miggy or Wilson. And so the scouting report for Rajai was the slider coming into him was bad and changeups were good. Well, I had never caught Chappie splitty and I didn't trust to throw it myself, right? Especially with runners in scoring position. So I was just like, and in San Francisco, it worked great. I just threw heaters down and it was punchy, or whatever it was. And so I'm just like, guy at second, I look at his bat, he's choked up
He's this far.
Yeah.
up on the bat. And I'm like, he's got to pop one of these heaters up, right? It's 103. Like back then, nobody threw 100,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, he's
one
got
of
to,
2 people.
yeah. And I'm like, so I'm just keep throwing down heaters. And I'm like, I remember getting in, I was like, to Mike Borzell, our catching guy, I was like, fuck, I should have thrown a slider. He's like, slider wasn't the pitch, should have thrown a splitty. And I'm like, I was like, that sounds like Borzy, but I'm like, well, I have never even I didn't catch him that much. So it was like an insecurity of mine
Yeah.
of coming out in that moment of not knowing what to do.
Also-
And all the credit to Rajai, like,
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also, let's call a spade here. Like, Chappie threw the perfect pitch with him choked up
down.
to
Yeah, that
his
was-
bat path
Sure,
that he hit perfectly for a home run.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But you're right. I called. I think it's 12. We should go back and count like 12 heaters in a row.
Yeah.
And
No, it
home
was
run.
a lot. What'd you
But then,
think when he hit
but
that?
then when Miggy came in, he threw almost all sliders. You remember that? Chappie stayed in another inning and threw a
Yeah.
ton of sliders.
The fact that Chappie got through
well, that's
the ninth
yeah.
is the
Amazing.
unsung hero
Sure.
Yep.
of the entire game.
Well, imagine your emotional baggage.
Bro,
You just gave up the game tying homer, and now you got to go out for another inning and try to get 3 outs.
bro, every time as a kid watching that, 10 out of 10 times the guy comes back out
he's
gives
gonna
it up.
he's gonna give it up.
Sure.
10 out of 10. So if the fact that he was able to do that,
But that's what I don't like though. Is everybody wants to talk about Chappie giving up that homer to tie the game. No, forget that. Let's talk about him coming out and going 1, 2, 3 the next inning.
yeah,
Because that takes some freaking cojones.
Bro,
right
we
there.
rode him like they
That-
rode him. I mean, he
that
he
and
gave us a
Almora
lot of
tagging up are the
innings.
two biggest
Yeah.
And
moments
if you talk
of
to
that
baseball
game.
people, that was the wrong thing to do.
Is bringing back out.
No. Almora tagging up.
Yeah, it
In the
makes-
baseball, like if you talk, like no, you don't tag up on that. And
Yep.
Almora tagged up and got to second. and
Almora tagged up on a deep fly ball by KB,
Yep.
which earlier in the game the wind turned around, which would have been a
I
home
thought
run.
I thought KB clipped that. when
And
I did.
Almora, who was a rookie, had the wits about him to read where that ball was going, understand that it's either a homer, an out, or probably a homer and out. How high it
Everybody
was.
contributed on that.
Mhm.
that
He goes and tags up and gets to second base, and then the
Because
rest.
most
of
coaches are going to tell you halfway,
yeah,
and he went back and tagged up.
Yeah, which
the
is-
the
and
baseball
and then they walk
play.
you with the base open.
Yeah.
walk me and they goes over us, and the rest is history. But the fact that Chappie can get through that,
Yep.
then we have a 17-minute rain delay. But when Raja hit that home run, what did you
So,
think?
Before Rajay hit the homer, after because kind of the rule of thumb is if you as a pitcher, if you get taken out of the inning and you have a runner on, that's yours. You have to stay in the dugout till that run scores or they get out of the inning. So I gave up the hit to Jose Ramirez. Who was their damn left? Brandon Geyer. He could hit a damn cannonball. As long as that cannonball was coming from the left side, he could hit it. Hits the ball in the gap. Jose Ramirez scores. So it's 6-4 now, right? Rajay
Yeah.
had a 2-run
Yep,
homer,
yep.
right?
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah,
we
so
won
he
it
hit the
'cause
double.
6-3. Yep.
Yep. So he hit the double. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to the clubhouse. Well, I go into the clubhouse. You know, Cleveland's clubhouse. You got to go down 5 stairs and up 342 stairs
There's a lot of
to get up there. Well, I get up there. They've got the damn champagne.
Oh my God, fuck.
They got the signs, World Series champs. They've got the
I walked to the clubhouse too. Then.
they've got the damn the saran wrap over our lockers, the whole thing, right? So I kind of come in and I'm like, this is weird, so I go to my.
How were you going in there? I'm just curious.
Because I was done and I was going to go get out of my stuff and then come back down.
Really?
Well, and I have a pop too.
Okay.
I'm done for the day, dude. It's
Literally, your job is
beer
complete.
I'm
Your
done.
season's over.
My season's over. I cannot re-enter, and there's no game 8. Okay, so I get in there. I take one cleat off. I get my ankle tape off, and Rajay's got pitch 37 from Chapman that he keeps fouling off or whatever, and I go to untie my second shoe, and I hear the crack, and I look up, and I just see the ball going over the fence.
Oh,
I take my shoe off. What was the clubbie's name? Willie.
yeah, Willie.
I take my shoe off, and they had the entrance right there. I didn't know he was coming around the corner. I throw my shoe as hard as I can at the entrance. I go, Willie, what? He comes around the corner. The cleat missed him
No way.
by this far.
That's great.
I go, get this fucking shit down. There was people that came out of places in that clubhouse I've never seen before. Champagne gets put up, saran wrap over the top, signs down, the whole thing. And then so I change and I come back down to the dugout. But he was not happy with me. I apologized to him after the fact. But
What do you remember when we had the rain delay? Where were you at first? Were you in the
I was in the
weight room?
dugout.
So when you came into the weight room, was it after the fact when everyone was coming in, or like what's your biggest memory?
I followed everybody in there. So we all went in there, and I remember it kind of being at first a little somber. Everybody kind of got in there. It was almost like a simultaneous deep breath.
Mhm.
Sorry. And I remember sitting there for a second, and kind of one of these like, all right, like you went back in your corner as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my breath. I'm gonna get a drink of water, maybe Miller Lite. And I just remember Jay Hay, I remember Jay start talking. And at first it really surprised me because Jay doesn't talk,
Mhm.
right? Like Jay's not a vocal guy. And I kind of sat up and I looked at him and I don't remember, I think him speaking surprised me, like, holy shit, what's he saying? Like, what's he saying? But I don't remember the words of what he said. I just remember him saying, all right, fuck it, guys. We have a restart. We're 0-0. It's kind of what I remember. I don't know if that's exactly what he said. You guys can correct me. And then the best part of the whole meeting was they're like, hey, they're pulling the tarp. And Schwarber's leading off. And he walks out and he goes, I'm going to get a hit. You drive me. You fucking drive me in, to whoever he was talking to.
Yep. He got the leadoff single.
Yep.
Yeah. He came by me. I was sitting on the bench. He had his batting gloves on. And it was Shaw was pitching. Remember the cutter guy? He goes, if this guy throws me a fucking cutter in, I'm going to knock the fuck out of it right in my face. I was like, let's go.
This is fucking second year Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
Broken knee.
Just came back.
Third game of the season.
Yeah.
Came back as like, the fact that they let him come back, I think speaks volumes to us too, because our belief in him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for
Like if we didn't, I think if the boys didn't believe that,
There's no other young guy
no way.
that would have come back
No.
and been allowed in
Yeah.
that clubhouse like Schwarber was.
And he
He
leads
hit
off.
that ball so hard. Kipnis was in the grass with a shift, and I swear it was like a foot to his right or left.
Yeah.
And he didn't have
didn't
time
move.
to bend down.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
he didn't
didn't
have time
move.
to get it. Yeah.
So we reset. I remember in the dugout in the ninth, when we were hitting in the ninth, everyone was fucking white as a ghost, bro.
Yeah.
Because I was like, even me, I'm sitting there at first. I'm like, this curse is fucking real. I'm just playing with dirt. Like I couldn't feel it. I couldn't even hear myself. Like, I couldn't hear anything. I was literally numb. And we get in the dugout and everyone's white as a ghost. And then Chappie gets us through it and we get the rain delay. And then we ended up going out, scoring, winning.
Another one that Miggy doesn't get enough love, that second
Yeah.
base hit.
Yeah.
I never
To
even
left
talked
field.
Of course,
about
yeah,
it.
because
To
they
left
ended up
field.
scoring a
Yeah,
run
They
in the
scored a
ninth.
run. Yeah.
Did
know what I mean?
And
Did you
Rajay
check-
was on first. I'm like, he's fixing to steal. Going back to that, I remember that home run. Like usually I can turn the page really fast and like, okay, on to the next thing. Like I was legit, could not get that out of my head catching for the rest of that inning. Like it was just like,
Rest of my life, bro.
Yeah.
damn.
I mean, I know we won, but I still see Rajay was a special assistant for MLB, and I saw him a lot, especially when I was with the Yankees. Bro, every time I saw him, I got like,
No.
you know what I mean? And we won.
Right.
Like,
Right.
so we win. Again, let's go back. KB gets the ground, bro. I catch the last out. Where are you? What are you thinking? This is now your third World Series
So-
championship. 108-year curse.
I was not well in the dugout. Was not well.
You hate, side note,
I hate
you
the
hate
dugout.
sitting the bench. He can't handle the nerves. All right. You'd go to your routine during
Yeah,
the game.
like-
He's one of the
come in and
greatest
out.
left-handed pitchers of all time. Just
Does not like to sit the
on an
bench and
actual
watch.
serious note, dealing with his own demons of like nerves, routine to get him in. One of the greatest left-handed pitchers of
Yeah,
all
it-
time, Hall of Fame pitcher, and everyone goes through that.
Also,
You
too,
know?
man, like I didn't like. So, I played in two incredibly historic stadiums. Okay, for the majority of my career. Even when Wrigley redid their dugouts, two of the worst places to sit in the dugout and watch a fucking game.
We were in Cleveland, John.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, hold on.
He's
I'm just
talking about
telling you-
normally.
I'm
yeah,
talking about
yeah,
normally.
yeah.
Wrigley is 4.5 miles from home plate. Okay. Fenway is 27 feet from home plate, and you can't see anything. All right.
Yeah.
I know it looked as if I wasn't a great teammate, but I liked being able to see what was actually happening. Because you know how it is. You sit on the bench, the guy gets rung up on a call, the guy goes, oh, that's not a strike. Now everybody in the dugout's like, get your shit together. Right? Well, when you're sitting in downstairs and you watch on TV, you're like, that was a good pitch.
So you were downstairs when we won it all?
No, hold on. I was just saying.
I gotta know, John.
This is why I was not well. I was up there. We bring in Carl Edwards Jr. to finish the game. Okay. I'm going back. The only way to calm my nerves is I'm going to Borsey and I'm looking at the scouting report with Borsey. Like, all right, I know this dude only throws cutter curveball. What do we got? And he'd be like, all right, we've got X, Y, and Z.
Mike
All right, cool.
Borzello was our,
He was like
our
our scouting-
scouting report
yeah.
catching coordinator.
Yeah.
but
Strategist,
had
game
had
calling
such
strategist.
good game calling. So
So that yeah,
That's
I
Borzy.
should have said that first. But so anyway, I'm going to him to where I'm like trying to call the game, trying to take my mind off of what's going on. And I'm literally pacing from him to the end of the dugout, him to the end of the dugout. So Carl gets 2 quick outs, and I'm like, let's go. We got to get one more infield pop-up. Let's just make it simple, okay? I think he walks somebody.
Walks someone, yeah.
Now we bring in Mike Montgomery.
The closer.
No offense to Mike Montgomery, okay? But I look at Borzy and I go, what are we doing? I'm like, we got no offense. Like I said, no offense. We're in the tree.
Rodon.
We got Stropey, Rondon, who closed for us for 3/4 of the year till we got Chappie. We got Woody. We got other
Arrieta and Lackey are down there.
Yeah, Arrieta. Like we got these people. Once again, Mike. No offense, but
I love you.
We've got
love Mike.
We've got. He was one of their bench players.
Michael Martinez.
Yep.
First at bat of the World Series.
Mind you.
Because they made a switch when he brought in the lefty.
Remind me to go back to that. Hold on.
Who was it? Coco Chris. That's right.
He took Coco out. We did something. I can't remember what we did. We made a pitching change. They brought Coco in for that guy. Coco only was hitting left-handed. And then we brought in Mike Martinez, so they took Coco out and put
Montgomery for Martinez.
Martinez in. Yeah. So anyway, I literally take one step. I come off the rail. I take one step to Borzy. He goes, "Don't worry, we have spin." And I'm like,
that sounds like Borzy.
I go, "Oh, Montgomery has a badass curveball. We're good. Let's go." First pitch curveball, roll over to KB. I did everything I could to hurdle that thing. I went to jump, and I was like, nope, and put my foot down, and then jumped. And then as I did that and landed, Jason Hamill face plants right next to me. And I'm like, I am so glad I put my foot on the rail because that would have been me.
Oh, bro, that celebration. The celebration that night was special. We party, we pop champagne, we fly back to Wrigley. We're all blitzed, right? And I remember getting off the bus at Wrigley. Well, I remember on the field giving you this big hug, bro. It felt so good. Like you win the World Series, and first off, you're gassed. We're on a 2-year run, for me at least. Like I just learned how to win in 15. All my energy now is winning the World Series this year. It's like
a lot,
make or break. So Game 7 of the World Series, I actually remember talking to Kipnis at second base at some point during Game 7. I'm like, bro, thank God the season's over tomorrow. Like win or lose, right? We're still at the heat of the battle.
Yeah.
But like to be able to just turn off for a second, talk to him, giving you guys a hug, right, is the best feeling in the world. We party with our families. The plane ride, I have great pictures of my parents and Emily, my girlfriend, then soon to be fiance, now wife, baby mama, love her. But just the celebration with the families, and then we get home to Wrigley, and I have the trophy. So I walk off the bus with the trophy, and like there's fans outside of Wrigley, and it's great. And I look at VJ, our traveling secretary. I'm like, hey, like, what do I do with this? He's like, I don't know. So I just took it home. I took the trophy home.
Dick.
Well, bro,
what? So mad.
Not only did it make it so mad, I get home at like 6:30. We lay down for like, I don't know, an hour and a half. Like that's the only sleep I had for like 4 days.
Yeah. No sleep.
I get a text or a phone, or I'm up, and VJ's like, hey, John's pissed off you took the trophy home. And I'm like, how the fuck, first off, how the fuck does John know I have the trophy? It's
VJ
8:30 in the morning.
I didn't go to sleep.
And I'm like, I don't really care. Like, the trophy's in my bed overlooking the Chicago River and Lake Michigan, right? So I'm like, fuck, John's mad at me, right? I'm like, all right. So I get up, which was a great reason to get up.
It was love mad. It was.
Yeah, no, I know.
It wasn't like Pittsburgh mad.
Bring the trophy back to Wrigley, and then I think it was like 9:30 or 10 a.m. Emily and I got to the bar, Bottle Blonde. Our guy Eric Ferrone opened it. I texted him, hey, you can open up. He's a big Cubs fan. And we sat at the bar from like 10 a.m. to like 2 a.m. And then from 2 a.m. we went to Underground and just went until like the next morning. And like throughout the day, everyone started coming and partying. But for me, it was just, I was in heaven, bro. It was like my dream came true, right? And I'm with all my friends and family. But what were you doing after? What were you doing that you texted at 8:30 in the morning saying you were mad at me for taking the trophy home?
I don't know if I went to sleep at that particular time.
Farrah was pregnant.
Farrah was
with now
pregnant.
Cy
Yeah.
Elizabeth,
Who's soon to be 9.
soon to be 9, which is crazy.
Yeah. So I don't. There's a little bit of a blur there. 1, sleep deprivation. 2, some beverages were involved there. I just remember, I don't know how I even came to about it. I was like, where somebody might have said something to me, and I was like, "Where's the trophy, BJ?" And he goes, "Riz took it home," and I got mad.
Fucking right, I took it home, bro. I
Well-
was there with the 100-loss team.
Well, that's not
It's
my
all
fault.
about him. It really is all
That's
about him.
It's not my
it really
fault.
is all about
I
him.
had
You got to pick better timing.
Agreed.
whatever, John.
Agreed.
Anyway,
Let's get to the parade. What happened?
Rossi almost died.
We're on the bus. So
Well, Rossi, Lack, and Woody almost died.
I'm on the
Yeah.
second to last bus with KB and
Black guy
Dex
hit across the
and
face.
the Country
You got
Cowboys.
hit right here, didn't you?
Yeah, I had my nose almost got
So
ripped
we're pulling
off.
out of Wrigley, and
Double-decker
we're getting
bus.
like these. Look, granted. Meanwhile, this is the first time the Cubs have ever done a parade, right? Like, no one knows what the last parade was like.
Why is it live?
So we have
not.
the buses, the double-decker buses, and we have like our guides on there.
Not to interrupt you, but do you remember when we got to the clubhouse and I had that whiskey? I never told you this. I had somebody date that whiskey. It was from 1908.
No shit. Really, I had a whiskey too from 1908 that I took a shot with my dad after we won.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
that remember
We
that
still
whiskey
have
in
it,
my
yeah.
locker I had?
Yeah.
The old bottle, it had
Yeah,
the
yeah.
messed up thing. It was from 1908, and me, you, your dad, my dad.
Oh yeah, yes.
And we all took
That
it,
was-
like the cork was like dissolved in it, and we're like, well, we're either gonna live or die.
that moment at Wrigley where we were all there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Everybody's family.
I have a
That was cool.
I had a guitar signed by all the boys with the World Series patch. That I
That's
gave
what
to
I've
my
got.
dad.
He gave
Yeah.
that to me. He gave me.
And we
That's
had-
my
we
favorite
had-
thing I've got.
Everyone was there, and it was just so special. And we get on the buses, and we have like our like almost tour guide on the bus, basically giving us like a tutorial, like, hey, when we get out of Wrigley, the power lines are really low, so there's gonna be a few times you have to
didn't hear
duck
that.
on
We
the
didn't,
power
get, we didn't
lines.
get that message.
No.
We had camera
They're
crews
the-
on ours, okay, and these wires that pulled a sheet so we could walk from the parking lot to the stadium.
Yes.
So there was these steel wires that held the curtain up. Well, everybody had forgotten. They didn't tell us this, but everybody had forgotten.
Well, everybody's excited.
Everybody's excited.
You're seeing fans right
we're
there.
pulling all.
yeah.
Like, hey, how we doing? It comes. We go to that, and the camera guy was facing us, having a camera shooting us on the back of the bus.
There's footage of this. Imagine
and
getting that footage.
I've never seen it.
I hadn't seen it. But I know the camera guy got hit first. His camera caught, and the thing pulled really taut, right, as we're driving. And so his camera goes boom and falls, and then whips the line right across. Lackey's hat, sunglasses went off. He got hit across the face.
Yep.
I got hit right in the nose bleeding. Thank God. If it would have hit me here, we'd
You're
been
done.
off the back.
Yeah,
We'd
you're
been
done.
off the back dead.
We'd
You're
have
lucky it
Statue.
didn't fucking
It kind of would be
slice
cool.
you,
I
bro.
probably would have got a statue at Wrigley.
Like, and I
Maybe
don't
me
know,
and Harry Carey.
and I don't know what happened, but I kind of went like this. Like I don't
You-
know
you-
why.
You escaped?
I
Yeah, he
escaped.
didn't
I
get
had
hit.
I had a damn gouge in the top of my head, right here, for like 6
Bro, I
weeks.
remember seeing you guys bleeding because I was
Yeah.
in the bus in front of you.
Yeah.
That
I-
was
I had my wife at the time breaking out tampons to stick up my nose so it stopped bleeding. I could wave to the fans. I was a
bro.
train wreck.
5
for a
million
minute.
people.
5 million people.
But
That stage was crazy.
I'm sure the Boston parades were insane. The duck boats
Yeah,
and
it
the
was-
passion. But
it wasn't
No.
what.
bro,
Wrigley
that
was.
our
And I-
parade was like it went forever.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the fans, and then we get on stage. What do you take away from all that?
So I'll say this: when we were on stage and they were like calling people up there to like say something, when you're standing there and you're with your boys and you're like kind of away from you know, you're there but you're removed. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not having a microphone in front of you and having to talk. You're like, damn, that's a lot of people. You're kind of like, that's a lot of people.
Bro, there's people in fucking trees.
That's
Yeah.
all I
telephone
remember was
poles.
heads and then the treetops.
But
50
so
deep.
so
Yeah.
Remember crossing the Chicago River?
yeah.
With that, it was blue. They dyed the river blue.
Yep.
So Big Jim's like, hey, John, you're next. I'm like, yeah, cool, man. I've got enough liquid courage. We're good. I don't like talking in front of people. And
5 million people.
5 million people.
5 million.
And he calls, like, somebody talks. I think it was you. I think it went after you. And he's like, hey, you're up. Let's go. Well, stumble up there, get up to the podium, and you look up, and I was like, I don't know what to say. It's a lot. It's a lot of damn people out here. From 5 feet, right? You're standing with your boys, like you're good. You no problem. You're like, damn, that's a lot of people. You get up and you're like, holy fuck, what is this?
It's so emotional.
And then all I said was, how about this shit? That's what came out of my mouth. That was my speech, Tony. How about this shit? And of course, as soon as I say it, I look right there, and there's like a 9-year-old kid just looking at me like this. I'm like, once again, the asshole.
It's all right. We
You
won.
know?
When you win, you can do anything.
Yeah, you can do.
I should have said.
I mean, you used to always tell me though, winning solves everything.
solves
like,
everything.
Yeah.
When you win, and I tell this all young players that I play with, especially now in the social media era days, like winning solves all your problems. And you said that, where it's like you can come up and have this whole social media following and do all this stuff, but when you win, that's how you make the real money. Like,
Yeah.
because when you win, you can do whatever you want.
That was my saying. Like being a backup catcher, it's like
Everyone's
everybody
happy.
wants a winner. Everybody
Yeah.
wants a winner. You're on a winning team. You're just gonna,
Well,
it solves everything.
And the guys
You'll be able
that,
to keep playing.
like you're looking at Scherzer and Verlander right now, like they're 42, 40, whatever, 41, 42, still pitching. Well, they're pitching because they've won.
They
Right.
want. They want.
And
the
I'm not
game.
saying they don't have good stuff and they shouldn't be pitching. They still have good stuff, but teams want those jokers around because they've won.
Right.
Right? Like if you win, people want you. And
There's a lot of knowledge in winning and experience
Yes.
and having that, no doubt. I want to know, because we're going down that road, looking back at everything, right? You're retired, you've been home, raising kids, enjoying your life. Like looking back 10 years ago now, what would you tell Jon Lester then that you know now?
enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Bro, you fucking enjoyed it though, man.
I did enjoy it, but I didn't relish in it. Like I had this conversation with Rossi one day, and I'm kind of envious of like the relationships that he has, which obviously little different personalities, okay? Like
Slightly.
more vivacious, like
Dancing with the Stars.
yeah, like
Yeah.
you know.
Dancing with the Stars lives in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, but my thing is like, and I'll never forget this. So it's game 1 of the 2013 World Series. Okay. Fenway Park. Me and you are getting ready to go out. And their weight room is upstairs, and where the lounge area to hang out was upstairs. Well, I walk through and I come up the stairs and I hear music playing. It sounds like radio's just playing in the speakers playing in the weight room. And I get up there, and fucking Kenny Chesney has like 10 dudes around him just jamming. Big green tractor. Just, and I look at those guys and I'm like, man, that sure looks fun. I had to go hop my ass on the bike and get ready for game 1, right? Point of what I'm trying to make is I'm not saying that's the time to relish in it, but the times that Dabo comes into the clubhouse, or Brett Eldridge comes in the clubhouse, or
Murray,
Eddie Vedder, Bill Murray, or whatever,
Vince Vaughn.
taking 10 minutes and going over there and talking to him, stopping what I'm doing and going and talking to him. But also, too, I know in the back of my head, if I stop what I'm doing, I'm not going to go back and finish it.
Yeah.
So.
But that's what made you great too. So it's like
That's why
I definitely get that.
But I do wish I would have put just a tick more effort into some relationships when I was playing.
That's good feedback, bro. That's good.
But
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about all these stories we're going to tell throughout this series. Is like it takes a group of special men to come together, and you create we're brothers for life, right? And
Yep.
so those relationships are special, and I think they grow. But when you're in the middle of it, you're just in the middle of it. You're doing you, bro. You were brought in at a high price tag to establish what winning is, and this is how we go about our shit. And Theo recognized that because he had been around you, and you had been around great players, and that's the great thing about being a veteran and passing that stuff down. So the reason why you get the ball in game 7 and we're all, going game 1 of each freaking series, it's like, this is the ride or die dude that's putting us on our back. This is a motherfucker that, here we come, right? And after him, we got another good one, and we got another good one. Right?
John, you single-handedly, I said it at the beginning, you're the best free agent signing in Cubs history. You brought winning single-handedly to an organization from your leadership on how you went about your business, from how you treated everyone else, from how you were like a giant teddy bear at times, but also a prick as well.
So generous.
The
Bought
most
every team dinner.
my-
Like, bro.
All my cowboy boots are from John on John's dime. I have 2 pairs of
I
these.
got a Rolex, 200 win Rolex. Okay.
Private jet hours. You flew me and Emily home on your dime.
Flew
You
me home. My
Rossi.
grandma passed away.
Like all of these things just created so much love and within, and through
Also,
162.
too, man, like you're my boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You treated everyone like this.
yeah, but like everybody's my, like, if you're on my team and we're doing like we're supposed to be in this together. I spend more time with you than my family,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't care if it we're in the tree, no offense. I didn't care if it was your grandmother or if it was the 26th man on the roster's grandmother.
Sure.
If you need to get home, I've been blessed with this perk, right? Yeah, I put in the work and I got it and whatever. But at the end of the day, that's not like you should go home. And if you got to go home at midnight and get on, you go. Like, that's the way I look at things. And I didn't do it because I wanted the fucking story on ESPN.
No,
of
you
looking at
never-
every-
never have.
I
John.
did it because I loved you guys. I showed my love in different ways.
True.
Wasn't the nicest person sometimes, but I cared about what I did, and I cared about you guys, and I cared about fucking winning, dude. Like, you played
He
fucking
said.
sports to win.
He said, that's right.
Like, you
Bro.
don't play to just go participate.
In an era of social media, all the things you and Farah and your family have done it's like Instagram versus reality, right? You have people who put stuff on Instagram and think they're living this lavish life. You lived it behind the scenes. And you have done the coolest things that nobody's ever heard of doing.
Yeah.
And literally you changed my life on that, because when I was younger, it was like, you know, you want to flaunt a little bit. Like, I'm in the big leagues, I'm young, I'm
You came up
single.
that way. It's different.
And then I see you in 15 come over, and it was like, from that day on, like, I rarely ever post anything I'm really doing because of how you went about it and like how you shaped my life as a 25-year-old. Now I'm 36. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think you really understand how much, John,
I mess with you.
I don't think you understand how much you mean to me.
All right.
I got one question too, because he asked about the 10 years. If you can go back to that season, playoffs or regular season, what's one moment you go back to that stands out, that's like you'll never forget?
The whole season?
The whole season. Spring training, regular season, postseason, whatever.
I think the feeling I had walking out of the dugout with Rossi in Game 5 of the World Series.
Damn.
That's cool.
And like stepping on that top step, it was the old dugout. I always went out on the left side. And stepping out, I always tried to make it a point when I stepped out to look around. And I got out and I started in left field and I looked. I didn't go behind me, but I looked all the way. As I'm walking, I looked as far as I could look this way. And I was like, there is not an empty fucking seat in this place.
Wow.
Like that feeling.
That's a badass feeling. Your fucking song came on. I was so emotional. I was singing Jason Aldean, You Know We're Here, at the top of my fucking lungs behind my mask.
Just so you could
I
lock
was
it
a
in.
wreck because I was just like, my heart was on another level, and you're out there just like, here we freaking go. That's so
I think I was
special.
on like pitch 3, and it's like a point where like the drums come in or whatever. And, you know, I had my little routine that I did. I'd look down, or I'd do this, look down. I never put the ball in my glove, and then I'd lift my leg, tap the ball or tap the glove, and then I'd look home, and Rossi is back there before I throw the ball, and he's
I had to get
He
out my
caught the
emotions,
ball.
bro. It was crazy. We've had a couple of those.
that was like
moments.
that. We were talking about this last night. That moment, like that moment is like ingrained in my head, and then the other moment was we were talking about last night, the 13 World Series
Oh, I
for
love
Game
that stuff.
1.
This is fun.
And national anthem plays, and the flyover was late, and I'm getting ready to throw a pitch, and all of a sudden you just hear, and it's dark, it's pitch black. You
In
can't
the
even see.
bullpen before the game.
Yeah,
So Mary
bullpen.
J. Blige wails,
Yeah,
and then this flyover. We're in the
flyover.
bullpen
All
in
you see
Finley.
is the afterburners as they pass Fenway and just do this, and it's loud, and you just like you could feel them. And I was getting ready to throw a pitch, and I put my foot back down, and I love planes, I love flyovers, and so I'm like looking for them, just trying to see what kind of planes they were or whatever. And I, kind of dig back in, and I look down at Rossi, and Rossi squatted down. He's like, "Oh yeah!" I'm just
so
like,
jacked.
but like at the same time, it's like, like
what
you're
it's all
having
about.
fun.
Yeah.
Like, you're having fun.
Yeah.
It's a grind, but it's the best, man. Like when you're in that moment, I wouldn't trade that
Yeah.
for anything.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Johnny
10
Lester.
to 10 years.
10 years.
boys.
How about
Congrats.
Hey,
10.
Boom.
oh,
Fast.
by the way, this is John's famous line.
Hangovers are temporary.
Hangovers are temporary. Legends last forever. And for us winning, we last forever.
Fuck yeah, Johnny.
Yeah, man.
That's a wrap.
I think that's all you guys are going to need for your podcast.
That,
That-
was that
Well-
four? How long have we been talking? 7 hours? Like